What up? What up? What up? We are back with the DBD perks reading that I'm not none too pleased about, but here we are. As part of the charity live stream, I said that I would read DBD perks, not knowing that there is 255 perks. So yeah, we're gonna read all of the Dead by Daylight perks. For your leisure, just so you guys don't know, if you guys are wanting to get into Dead by Daylight and you don't know the perks, you should watch this video / live stream, because we're definitely gonna get into it for all the walks, every different character. Jesus, right? Well, ain't no time like the present. We'll do survivor perks, and then we'll do what's it called? What's the other one called? Killer perks. Oh yeah, survivor and killer perks. So first things first, Ace in the Hall. For character Ace, Lady Luck always seems to be throwing something good your way. When retrieving an item from a chest, there's a chance an add-on will be attached to it. 100% chance for an add-on of very rare rarity or lower. 10, 20, and 50% chance for a second add-on of uncommon rarity or lower. Ace in the Hole allows you to keep any add-ons your items have equipped upon escaping. Everything that glitters isn't gold, but gold isn't worth the damn in this place, so this should come in handy. Ace Visconti. Good advice. Next one, Adrenaline. Description is based on the character changes in the upcoming patch of 7.7, and this is for Meg. You are fueled by unexpected energy when on the verge of escape. Once the exit gates are powered, Adrenaline activates. Instantly heal the equivalent of 1 health state. Grants a 50% haste status effect for 3 seconds. Adrenaline ignores any existing exhausted status effect, but causes it for 60, 50, or 40 seconds. Hello, Kari. Thank you for the good luck. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, Mr. Beast. So is PewDiePie 1,000 times vibes. Yep, it definitely is. It definitely is that. But hey, a bet's a bet. Anyway, moving right along to Jeff's perk, Aftercare. Unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. The auras of the last 1, 2, 3 survivors are permanently revealed to you once any of the following conditions have been met. You have unhooked them. You have unhooked. They have unhooked you. They have completed a healing action on them. Or you've completed a healing action on them, or they have completed a healing action on you. The survivors also have your aura revealed to them. Aftercare resets its effect once you are hooked. A mercy that rips the storm. Oil work to honor my best buddies, who happen to be the best musicians I know. Their first album is still my favorite. It got me through a dark time in my life. Jeff, oil on the canvas 16x16. Alert for Feng. Your acute senses are high on alert. Whenever the killer performs the break or damage action, alert triggers. Their aura is revealed to you for 3 to 5 seconds. I have true sight, Feng Min. See, I like Feng. She keeps it short and simple. And that's what most of these perks should be, but they're fucking not. Yui, but any means necessary. You stand up for yourself, using whatever's on hand to gain an advantage. Press and hold the active ability button for 6 to 4 seconds while standing beside a dropped pallet to reset it to the upright position. Grants the ability to see auras of all dropped but not yet destroyed pallets in the environment. I'll hit you with everything I've got, then I'll do it again. Yui Kimura. Appraisal by, I don't even know how to say that, Elodie. You have a careful eye that notices what many overlook. Start the trial with 3 tokens. When a chest has already been opened, it consumes 1 token to rummage through it for an item. Rummage through the chest for a 40 to 80% faster. Rummaging is only available once per chest. Oh my god. This entire thing is just going to prove how bad my English is. Autodidact. for Adam. You start the trial with the progression penalty of negative 25% for succeeding a good skill check while healing another survivor. Succeeding a good skill check while healing another survivor grants 1 token up to a maximum of 3 to 5 tokens. Each token grants a stackable ability or stackable progression bonus of 15% for succeeding a good skill check while healing another survivor. Suppresses great skill checks while healing another survivor. Autodidact remains inactive while healing another survivor using a medkit. There's no limit to what you can achieve as long as you back with hard work. Adam Francis. Next is Babysitter, and that's one for Steve. While you have a reputation for being self-centered, you risk it all to help those in need. When you unhook a survivor, the aura of the killer is revealed to you for 8 seconds, and the unhooked survivor benefits from the following effect for 4 to 8 seconds. Suppresses their scratch marks and pools of blood, increases their haste effect by 7%. I promise to keep you shitheads safe, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Steve Harrigan. It's good designated driver, Steve. Background player. This is for Renato. You are not usually the center of attention, and in some cases this can be a good thing. When another survivor is picked up, background player activates for 10 seconds. Starting to run while it is active causes the following effect. Grants a 100% haste stats effect for 5 seconds. Background player causes the exhausted stats effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Background player cannot be used when exhausted. You forgot about me. Renato Lira. This one's a goated perk, really? Seems a bit mid. But fair enough. I wouldn't know. I don't play this game. Right. Balanced landing for Nia. Your agility and cat-like reflexes are incomparable. When falling from heights, you benefit from the following effect. Reduce the duration of the stagger upon landing by 75%. Suppresses all noise associated with falling. Grants a 50% haste stats effect for 3 seconds upon falling. Balanced landing causes the exhausted status effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Balanced landing cannot be used when exhausted. I have jumped from higher places near Carlson. Better together. You seek justice and uncover the truth no matter what obstacle stands in your way. While repairing a generator, its aura is revealed in yellow to all other survivors located within 32 meters. If the killer downs a survivor while they are repairing a generator, you see the auras of all survivors for 8 to 10 seconds. Let's burn that lab to the ground. Nancy Wheeler. Better than new for Rebecca. You are an expert in combat medicine. Patients leave your care reinvigorated. Upon completing a healing action on another survivor, they benefit from the following effect until next time they take damage. Increase their action speed in healing, unlocking, cleaning or cleansing, and blessing by 12 to 16%. Bite the bullet. This is for the boy Leon. Pain hurts you as much as anyone, but you would prefer others do not know that. When healing yourself or another survivor, grunts of pain and all the noises related to the healing action are suppressed. Failing healing skill checks do not trigger a loud noise notification and only apply a regression penalty of 3 to 1%. I can do this. Leon Scott Kennedy. Bro, Leon's the GOAT. Blast Mine for Jill. When direct combat is not an option, you still find ways to strike back. After repairing generators for a total of 50%, Blast Mine activates. Press the active ability button while near a partial progressed generator to install a trap which stays active for 100 to 120 seconds. When the killer damages the trapped generator, its trap explodes halfway through, stunning them and blinding anyone nearby. Blast Mine deactivates after triggering successfully or once the timer runs out. The auras of trap generators are revealed to all survivors in yellow. You want stars? I'll give you stars. Jill Valentine. Next one is The Blood Pact by Cheryl. It is As if a latent part of yourself has awakened, you feel like you can reach out beyond yourself for assistance. When either you or the obsession become injured by any means, the blood pact activates your aura, are constantly revealed to one another. Completing a healing action on the obsession or having them complete one on yourself grants both of you a 5 to 7% haste stats effect. This effect lasts for as long as you both remain within 60 meters of one another. Blood Pact deactivates after leaving this radius. Blood Pact is temporarily disabled if you yourself are the obsession. Reduces the odds of becoming the initial obsession of the killer by negative 100%. The killer can also be obsessed with one survivor at a time. Can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. Right. Blood Rush for Renato. Your mind and body are honed for great feats, allowing you to push through with extra effort when necessary. Once you are on hook away from instant death, Blood Rush activates. Press the active ability button to lose a health state and instantly recover from exhaust stats effect. Calls the broken stats effect for 28 to 20 seconds, where you're automatically healing back to healthy. Cancels the healing effect upon taking damage. Blood Rush is disabled for the remainder of the trial after use. Gotta go, push through. Renato Lira. There's a lot of fucking perks, my god. Boil over. For Kate. You are a battle and do everything to escape a foe's grasp. While being carried by the killer, the following effects apply. Increase the strength of the struggle effect on the killer from your wiggling by 60 to 80%. Suppresses the ability of the killer to read the auras of all hooks within 16 meters. And it also grants you 33% of your current wiggle progression upon landing if the killer drops from height. Buck and wild, swing to be free. Your hands just can't keep a hold of me. Kate Denson's Boilover. Next one, Dwight with Bond. Unlock potential in your aura's reading ability. The aura of all your survivors within 20 to 36 meters of your location are revealed to you. We have to work as a team. I need you to survive so that I can survive. Dwight Fairfield. Boon Circle of Healing for Michaela. A boon that offers comfort amidst the terror. Press and hold the active ability button on a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in the radius of 24 meters. All survivors benefit from the following effects when inside the boon totem's radius. Increase altruistic healing speeds by 50 to 100% when not using a medkit. If a survivor is injured, their aura will be revealed to all survivors. Survivors could only be affected. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of Boon Circle of Healing at one time. Only one totem can be blessed by your boon perks at a time, and all their effects are active on the same boon totem. Try this, it is better than anything you'll find in a pharmacy. Michaela Reed. Boon Dark Theory. Your obsessive study of the paranormal has given you unprecedented knowledge of other realms and planes of existence. Press and hold the active ability button on a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in the radius of 24 meters. All survivors benefit from the following effects when inside the boon totem radius. 2% haste stats effect. This effect lingers for 2 to 4 seconds after leaving the boon totem range. Only one totem can be blessed by your boon perks at a time, and all of their effects are active on the same boon totem. There's a lot of boon ones, isn't there? Boon exponential. This is for Jonah. When it seems like your number is up, you consider ways to recalculate the odds and press and hold the active ability button on a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring in the radius of 24 meters. All survivors benefit from the following effect. when inside the boon totem's radius. 90 to 100% bonus to the recovery speed. Unlocks the self-recovery ability, allowing you to fully recover from dying state. Only one totem can be blessed by your boon perks at a time, and all of their effects are active on the same boon totem. It is not our time to die probably. Jonah Vasquez. Boon Illumination. Your keen insight into something best shared with others. Press and hold the active ability on a dull or hex totem to bless it. And then you get a boon totem, soft chimes ring in the area of 24 meters. All survivors benefit from the following effect when inside the boon totem radius. The auras of all chests and generators are revealed to you in blue. Increases your action speed for blessing and cleansing 6 to 10% while you have a lit boon totem. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of boon illumination at a time. Only one totem can be blessed by your boon perks at a time, and all of their effects are active on the same boon totem. A shift in reality, heavy with hidden meaning. Return. That's for Alan. There's so many boons. I don't know why there's so many boons, but there are a lot of boons. The next boon is for Michaela, though. Boon Shadow Step. A boon that conceals the truth. Press and hold the active ability button on a dull or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in the radius 24 meters. All survivors benefit from the following effect when inside the boon totem radius. Scratch marks are suppressed. Auras are hidden from the killer. Both effects linger for 2 to 4 seconds after having the boon totem's range. Only one totem can be blessed by your boon perks at a time, and all of their effects are active on the same boon totem. Stick to the shadow and cover your tracks. Michaela Reed. Now Bill is on borrowed time. You are fueled with an unexpected energy when saving an ally from a hook. Survivors you unhook benefit from the following effects. Extends the duration of their endurance stats effect by 6 to 10 seconds. Extends the duration of their haste stats effect by 10 seconds. Probably stings like hell, but it ain't gonna kill ya. Up and at 'em, soldier. Time to move. Bill Overback. I can get behind Bill. Okay, botany knowledge for Claudette. You transform plants found around the campfire into tinctures that slow down bleeding. Increase your healing speed for 30 to 50%. Reduces the healing efficiency of medkits by negative 20%. Basic botany knowledge could save your life someday. Claudette Morel. Still on B. Breakdown for Jeff. Each time you are unhooked or unhook yourself, the hook breaks and the killer's aura is revealed to you for 4 to 6 seconds. A hook broken by breakdown takes 180 seconds to respawn. Charge from the belly of the beast. Here's a sketch/painting on a piece of wood I saw by the side of the road. I feel like it got a story to tell and it didn't waste its second chance. Jeff, ink and oil wash on a slice of wood. 12 by 16. Almost at the end of B's. Okay. Breakout for Yui. You kick into high gear when someone is in trouble, inspiring them to overcome any obstacle. When within 5 meters of a carried survivor, the following effects apply. Grant 5 to 7 haste effect, stats effect. Increases the wiggle speed of the carried survivor by 25%. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of breakout at a time. Come, we are going to rip our way out of this. Yui Kimura. Buckle up for Ash. Unlock potentials in your aura's reading ability. When healing a survivor in the dying state, Buckle Up activates. The aura of the killer is revealed to the both of you. Completing a healing action on the dying survivor grants both of you endurance status effect for 6 to 7 seconds. Endurance is cancelled prematurely when performing a conspicuous action. Ghost beaters never leave a man behind. Ash Williams. And the last of the B's, built to last for Felix. You know how to get the most out of your tools. Hiding inside a locker for 14 to 12 seconds will carry a depleting item, will replenish its charge to 99%. Each use of the built to last reduces this percentage by 33%. Architecture is the soul of civilization. Felix Richter. And finally, we're on the seas. Calm spirit for Jake. Animals seem to trust you as they often stay calm in your presence. Prevents crows from being alerted by the proximity and flying off unless they are being stepped on. Suppresses the urge to scream from any cause at all. Times suppresses all the noise related to the unlocking chests and cleansing or blessing totems. Reduces their interaction speed by 40 to 30%. Oh, he doesn't have a little quote. Poor Jake. Steve, for camaraderie. Is that how you spell camaraderie? No way.
Camaraderie.
Oh my god, it is. Okay, so camaraderie for Steve. Life has taught you the importance of friendship, which has given you strength. If you are hooked and enter the struggle phase, camaraderie activates. Pauses the struggle phase timer for 26 to 34 seconds as soon as any survivor comes within 16 meters of your hook. So remember, once you get in there, pretend like you don't care. There you go. You're learning, my friends. You're learning. Steve Harrington. Yeah, that is how it's spelled. I didn't know that, to be fair. Like, I know the word camaraderie. I didn't know it was spelled like that. Ned. Champion of Light. The glow of the flashlight looks a little different, feels a little warmer. Shining a flashlight applies the following status effect. Grants a 50% haste. Successfully binding the killer by any means causes them to suffer from a negative 20% hindered status effect for 6% or 6 seconds. This effect cannot stack. Champions of Light has a cooldown of 80-60 seconds after binding the killer. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Departure. You should give us ratings of each perk on how good you think they are. Alex, do you know how many of them there are? I can't do. I'll say if I think it's shit or if I think it's good after each one, but I can't do more than that. This one seems like if you want to troll, it'll be good, or if you're really good with the flashlight. Yeah, the VOD will stay up on my channel, don't worry. Chemical trap. In the fog, an officer must adapt to the materials at hand. After repairing generators for a total of 70 to 50%, chemical trap activates. Press the activate ability button while near a dropped pallet to install a trap, which stays active for 100 to 120 seconds. When the killer breaks the trap pallet, its trap explodes, spraying the killer with a chemical compound that slows them by negative 50% for 4 seconds. Chemical trap deactivates after triggering successfully for all. Once the timer runs out, the aura of the trap pallets are revealed to all survivors in yellow. That one seems not great. I think the trap one seems a bit shit. All the trap ones, really. Right. Excuse me. Oof. Clairvoyance for Michaela. There is an intrinsic energy in you that sees beyond your vision. Whenever you cleanse or bless a totem, clairvoyance activates. When empty-handed, press and hold the ability button to unlock your full aura reading potential and allowing you to see the auras of the exit switches. Generators, hooks, chests, and the hatch within 64 meters for 8 to 10 seconds. Does anyone else see that? Just me? Michaela Reed. Corrective action for Jonah. You quickly analyze problems and correct others' work when they make a mistake. You start the trial with 1 to 3 tokens on corrective action and gain 1 token each time you succeed a great skill check, up to a maximum of 5 tokens. Each time another survivor cooperating with you fails a skill check, corrective assumption consumes 1 token, transforming their failed skill check into a good skill check instead. Corrective action only applies to normal skill checks. Cannot hurt to have another set of eyes on the problem. Jonah. So if you're playing with noobs, this one will be good. Counter Force for Jill. Oh, really got it now. I'm talking too much. But we're almost past the seed. You know how to withstand an enemy stronger than you. And it starts with hunting down and knocking out their support. You cleanse totems 20% faster. Gain another stackable 20% cleansing speed bonus per cleansed totem. After cleansing a totem, the aura of the totem farthest from you is revealed. I don't mind a little detective work, Jill Valentine. This one wouldn't be bad with if one of you brings the boon totem. So if one of them's doing the boons, is booning, then you could, and then you use this one, then that could help you get to the boon totems and boon them. Cut Loose for Thalita. You get in enough trouble, you know how to get out of it. After performing a rush vault action in chase, Cut Loose activates the next 4 to 6 seconds, suppresses both the liquid noise notification and the sound effect triggered by rushing to a vault. Successfully performing another rush vault action while Cut Loose's active resets the timer. Cut Loose has a cooldown of 45 seconds. I know how we can get out of here quick this way. The Lita Lyra. Kate is with the Dance With Me. When performing a rush vault action or when rushing out of a locker, you will not leave any scratch marks for the next 6 seconds. Dance With Me has a cooldown of 60 to 40 seconds. Another shows off and running. Dance With Me because there's a storm a-coming. Follow my boots to try to keep up. Dance With Me until the sun's up. Kate Dennison's Dance With Me. Next one is for everybody. Dark said, I might just grab a monster, bro. Unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. Each time a generator is completed, Dark Sense activates. The aura of the killer is revealed for you for 5 to 10 seconds as soon as they come within 24 meters of your location, after which Dark Sense deactivates. Take it from an old timer, slow down, don't rush, and try not to worry so much. The best way to beat him is to know how he thinks. Murph the Lost Tapes. Then we have Dead Hard for David. You can take a beating. When you are injured and the Dead Hard is active, tap into your adrenaline bank to avoid damage. Press the active ability while running to trigger the endurance stats for effect for negative 0.5 seconds. Dead Hard activates after use. Dead Hard causes the exhausted status effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Dead Hard cannot be used when exhausted. We was walking through to Ginnell one night when a beer bottle flew past me. Then another. I thought to myself, gonna have some fun here, lads. Let's get stuck in. It was a right dust up, I swear down. David King. Deadline for Alan. Desperation creeps in and you push yourself to work harder. Whenever you are in injured state, the deadline activates. Increases the odds of triggering skill check by 6 to 10% while repairing or healing. Causes a skill check to appear in random places. Reduces the penalty for missing skill checks by 50%. The night had been one desperate situation after another departure. This one doesn't seem great. Deception. Elodie. Your adventurous lifestyle requires moments of crafty misdirection. Interacting with lockers while holding the sprint button has the following effect. You do not enter the locker door swings open and close swiftly, feigning a survivor entering it. Triggers a loud noise notification at the locker's location, feigning a survivor's rush to enter. Suppresses the creation of scratch marks and pools of blood for 3 seconds. Deception has a cooldown of 60 to 40 seconds. This one seems really shit. Because as soon as you do it once to the killer, he's just going to figure it out. And then that's it. And then every time you do it, he's just going to be like, it's probably a fake. But I guess you could do that to double juke them. Yeah, maybe. Next one, Decisive Strike for Laurie. Using whatever is at hand, you stab your aggressor in an ultimate attempt to escape. After being unhooked or unhooking yourself, the Decisive Strike activates for the next 40 to 60 seconds. When grabbing or picked up by the killer, succeed a skill check to stab the killer and escape from their grasp. Stuns the killer for 5 seconds, causes you to become the next obsession. Decisive Strike is deactivated prematurely when the exit gates are powered. Decisive Strike is disabled for the remainder of the trial after use. Decisive Strike is deactivated prematurely when performing a conspicuous action and remains disabled for the remainder of the trial. Increases the odds of becoming an initial obsession by the killer by 100%. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. There is nothing to be scared of. Laurie Strode. I used it in one of the clips in DBD Clippies. It is more of a meme perk. Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like a perk that you'd use to troll for people that aren't that great at the game than it would be for experienced players. This one, I guess if trying to get the obsession of the killer is like a big thing. So like one of the previous perks is talks about like the obsession of the killer and stuff. So if you're trying to like bait the obsession of the killer or you're trying to get it, then this one will be pretty good. Deja vu for everybody. Unlock potential in your aura reading ability. Paranoia paired with your horror of failure helps prepare you for repeating the same mistake. The auras of the 3 generators who are currently in close proximity to one another are revealed to you at all times. Increase your repair speed on those generators by 4 to 6%. If you're holding a map, all generators revealed by Deja Vu are automatically added to it. Decisive is mainly used to prevent all the killer from solely targeting one person to kill them quickly, as you know, is also known as tunneling. Oh, okay. Oh, because then if they keep going after the same player, they can stab them. Yeah, and then that'll... Oh, okay. Fair enough. Deliverance. Oh, Deja Vu's. Automatically added to it. Deja Vu doesn't seem that good. Especially if you know where the where the generator locations could be. So like an experienced player would know that, then it's a bit shit. Deliverance for Adam. After performing a safe hook rescue on another survivor, Deliverance activates, grants the ability to successfully unhook yourself. After successfully unhooking yourself, you suffer from the broken status effect for 160 seconds. Deliverance is not available during the second hook stage or if you are hooked as the last living survivor in the trial, regardless of your hook stage then. I was raised by a strict man who taught me how to make the best of a bad situation. Adam Francis. Yeah, this one doesn't seem good. Desperate measures. For Felix, you refuse to fail even during your Darkest Hour. Increase your action speed and healing and unhooking by 10 to 14% for each injured, hooked, or dying survivor, up to a maximum of 40 to 56%. When you come with a Wrecking Ball, build stronger walls. Felix Fracture. Yeah, this one seems okay. This one seems quite just because it's like it just increases your percentages for stuff. It doesn't do much outside of that. Detective Hunch. Unlock potential in your aura reading abilities. Each time a generator is completed, the aura of any generator's chests and totems within 32 to 64 meters are revealed for you for 10 seconds. If you are holding a map, any objects revealed, a detective's hunch will automatically be tracked by it. Are you able to tell us where you were last night? Detective David Tapp. Yeah, this one will be good if you're like IGLing. Distortion for Jeff. Start with the trial with 3 tokens. Whenever the killer attempts to read your aura, distortion activates, consuming 1 token, and the following effects apply. Blocks your aura from being read for the next 6 to 10 seconds. Suppresses the creation of scratch marks and for the next 6 to 10 seconds. For every 30 seconds you are within the killer's terror radius, distortion recharges 1 token. Distortion cannot accumulate more tokens than its initial count. Distortion does not activate when you are in the dying state. Death forward by the cloak of falcon feathers. Sketch inspired by a few sleepless nights during winter. Exploration of Norse mythology. Bravery can conceal your flaws even when you are at your most vulnerable. Jeff pencil on turn 12 by 12. Again, this one seems like one of the ones that stops you from focusing on one person, I guess. Diversion for Adam. After being within the killer's terror radius for 40 to 30 seconds without being chased, diversion activates. Press the active ability button while crouched and motionless to throw a pebble, creating a distraction for the killer at a distance of 20 meters from any location. The distraction consists of the following: triggers a loud noise notification, creates a fake scratch marks. Diversion deactivates after use and resets its timer. There's what is easy and there's what is right. If you confuse the two, there's no telling what you become. Adam Francis. I feel like this one could be good if you get good at it. So if you know what you're doing. Nicolas for dramaturgy. When people bring you on to their project, they do so because of the unexpected magic you bring to their performance. Whenever you are healthy, dramaturgy activates. While running, press the active ability button to run with the knee high for 0.5 seconds to gain 25% haste for 2 seconds, followed by the following effects. Suffer from the exposed stats effect for 12 seconds. Extends the duration of haste stats effect for 2 seconds. Scream but without notifying the killer. Receive a random item or a rare rarity with another selection of add-on items attached to it, automatically dropping any previously held item. The same effect cannot happen twice in a row. Dramaturgy causes the exhaust status effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Dramaturgy cannot be used when exhausted. Take part, it's a good movie, he says. What's the worst that can happen? Nicolas Cage. Yeah, this one doesn't seem great, I'm gonna be real. Right. We will do E. I need to go and get a monster because I'm already struggling. So I shall be right back. Righto. The goods have been obtained. On to E, which has only got 2. Yoichi with empathetic connection. Your presence physically projects itself to those in danger. Whenever another survivor is injured, they can see your aura when within 32 to 96 meters of your location. You heal other survivors for 10% faster. Yeah, this one seems shit. Empathy for Claudette. Unlocks potential in your aura's reading ability. The aura of survivors in the injured state or in dying state within 60 to 128 meters of your location are revealed to you. Empathy does not reveal the aura of survivors being carried by the killer. I think she's the Healy person, so this one will be alright. I guess if you have good comms, it just negates this one really. So, But just like that, we're on to F. So, fast track for Yunjin. Sometimes the sacrifice of others is necessary to get ahead. Whenever another survivor is hooked, fast track gains 1 to 3 tokens, up to a maximum of 9 to 27 tokens. You consume all accumulated tokens after a great skill check on a generator. Each token grants a stackable 1% progression bonus in addition to the default progression bonus for succeeding a great skill check. The weak are sacrificed first. Its nature, its business, it's the truth most refuse to face. Yunjin Li. If you could stack it, this one seems decent. But if you can't, then it would be pretty deadbeat. When you have a goal in mind, there is no turning back. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Fixated for Nancy. Increase your walking speed by 10 to 20%. Unlock the ability to see your own scratch marks. I want to finish what we started. I want to kill it. Nancy Wheeler. You just run quickly. Yeah, that one's not great. Leon, Flashbang. Oh, the goat. You've adapted to a world in chaos and making what you can from the debris. After repairing generators for a total of 70 to 50%, Flashbang activates. Enter any locker and press the ability button to craft a flash grenade. The Flashbang is left behind when escaping the trial. Get out of my face, Leon Scott Kennedy. Flip. Flashbang seems... yeah, alright. I think the flashlight would probably be better. Flip flop. For Ash, you have an uncanny ability to escape the inevitable. While in the dying state, 50% of your recovery progression is converted into the wiggling progression up to a maximum of 40 to 50%. Once you are picked up by the killer, catch you on the flip flop. I guess. This one's... yeah, it's not great. I guess it depends how many times you get caught, though, so... now, almost finished with F. Fogwise for Vittori. If in your countless years in the fog you have seen it all, and when you are focused, you can remember most of it. Succeeding a great skill check while repairing a generator reveals the killer's aura to you for 4 to 6 seconds. I have seen great cruelty, and I have seen another way. Vittori Toscano. You got good reaction times. That one might be good. Then you can give good calls for where the killer is. Zarina with For the People. You risk life and injury for others. While healthy and healing another survivor without using a medkit, press the active ability button to activate For the People. Trades 1 health stats for that with that survivor. Instantly heals them to the injured state if they were dying or suffering from the deep wound stats effect. Instantly heals them to full health if they were injured. You yourself become injured and suffer from the broken status effect for 40 to 60 seconds. You become the killer's obsession if not already. Reduces the odds of becoming the initial obsession of the killer by a negative 100%. The killer can be obsessed with one survivor at a time. We can write our own story and decide how it really ends. Zarina Kassir. This is like a really team player one. Friendly competition for the leader. You reveal in the community spirit of a competition and inspire others to follow suit. Whenever you complete a generator with at least one other survivor, friendly competition activates. Increases your repair speed and that of the other survivors who completed their repairs with you by 5% for the next 45 to 75 seconds. Come on, let's do this. The leader Lara. Yeah, that one's not good. Now we're on to H, which has only got 3. Mad. When your mind is set, there better be no one standing in your way. While standing in a locker for 3 seconds, head-on activates. When rushing out of a locker, stun the killer for 3 seconds if they are within range. Head-on causes the exhausted stats effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Head-on cannot be used when exhausted or when you have acquired idle crows. People are remembered for the challenges they overcome. You can run away and forget what you're capable of, or you can face your fears and remind the world of who you are. Jane Romero. This one will be quite troll with the other one, where you can like fake running into the lockers. I feel like that'll be real bait. Hope. The growing odds of a successful escape fill you with hope and give you wings once the exit status are powered. Hope activates. Grant a permanent 5 to 7% haste stats effect. Buckle up, fuckos. Let's roll. Nikki the Lost Tapes. Ooh, that was profanity. DBD with profanity? What is the Peggy rating of DBD? Peggy 18? Oh, this stream's got to be 18 plus adults only. Might give people the wrong idea, to be fair. Next one, hyperfocus for Rebecca. You throw yourself entirely into your tasks and find ways to be more efficient than anyone else. After hitting a great skill check while repairing or healing, hyperfocus gains +1 tokens, up to the maximum of 6 tokens for each token. The following stackable effects are applied. Increase the skill check triggers odds by 4% per token. Increases the skill check rotation speed by 4% per token. Increases the skill check bonus progression by 10 to 30% of its base value per token. Hyperfocus loses all tokens when succeeding a good skill check, failing a skill check, or if the action is interrupted by any means. Yeah, it doesn't seem great, does it? Right. We're on to I with inner focus for Hardy. You've honed your ability to see through the haze of ravage. You can see the scratch marks of other survivors. Whenever another survivor loses health status state within 32 meters of you, the killer's aura is revealed for 3 to 5 seconds. The death, the trauma, the fear, it all leads to the overlap. Hardy Korra Ravages of the Abyss, episode 14. Oops. Then we've got Inner Strength for Nancy. Yeah, that one doesn't seem good. Inner Strength for Nancy. You look inwards and trust your instincts when you feel lost and alone. Each time you cleanse a totem, the Inner Strength activates. You automatically heal one's health state while hiding inside a locker for 10 to 8 seconds while injured or suffering from deep wound status effect. Inner Strength does not activate if you are currently suffering from broken status effect. All this time I've been trying so hard to pretend like everything is fine, but it's not. Nancy Wheeler. This one seems mid. I am feeling like my voice is already going, and we're only on I for survivor perks at the moment. So we shall see how I'm feeling when we get to the killer perks and whether this is maybe gonna have to be a 2-parter. But we shall see. Hopefully I can get through it all once. Get it all out of the way, done. Right. Sable. Do you need lozenges dropped off later? I'll be fine. I think. Thank you though. Invocation weaving spiders. For Sable. The place where fear festers and terror trends is also where those with gift can reach across the veil. When in the basement near the circle, press the ability or active ability button to begin the invocation within 120 seconds to complete. During an invocation, your aura is revealed to all other survivors and they can join in, accelerating the progress by 100%. if they too have invocation perk equipped, or by plus 50% if they have not. Once the invocation is completed, the following effects apply. Permanently reduces the repair charges required for all generators in the trial by 8 to 10 charges. You automatically enter the injured state if any previous health state and from any previous health state and suffer from the broken set effect for the remainder of the trial. Completing an invocation disables all invocation perks for the remainder of the trial for all survivors. I can call upon spirits of the night to aid us in our desperate flight. This seems really OP'd, but I think this is probably a lot of implication more than I think it is. So I don't know. It's difficult to say when I don't play the fucking game, but you know. Jake with Iron Will. You are able to concentrate and enter a meditative state to numb one's pain. Reduce the volume of grunts of pain while in the injured state by 25 to 75%. Iron Will cannot be used when suffering from exhausted, but does not cause the exhausted stats effect. My voice is only going to get worse from here. Or my pronunciation and or speech. But hey, the only one for K is Kindred. For all, unlocks potential in your aura reading ability while you are hooked. The auras of all survivors are revealed to one another. Whenever the killer is within 8 to 16 meters of your hook, their aura is revealed to all survivors. While any of the survivors is hooked, the aura of all your survivors are revealed to you. Whenever the killer is within 8 to 16 meters of the hooked survivor, the aura is revealed to you. Be kind to one another, we're all in this together. That doesn't seem too bad. If you're a team player, at least. On to L. We got back to Dwight with a leader. You are able to organize a team to cooperate more efficiently, increase the action speed of other survivors in healing, sabotaging, unhooking, cleansing, opening and unlocking 15 to 20% while they are within 8 meters of your location. This effect lingers for 15 seconds when leaving a leader's range. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of leader at a time. Seems decent. Doesn't seem too bad. Left behind for Bill. You will get the job done no matter the cost. When you are the last survivor remaining in the trial, the aura of the hatch is revealed to you when you are within 24 to 32 meters. I'm not horse shitting around. I'm doing this alone. This one seems shit. Light-footed for Ellen. Crossing paths with deadly killers has taught you the value of discretion. Whenever you are healthy, light-footed activates, suppresses the sound of your footsteps while running. Light-footed has a cooldown of 28 to 20 seconds after performing a rushful action. Come on, cat. Ellen Ripley. Again, alright. Lightweight for all. Your running is light and soft and making all your tracks harder to follow. Reduces the duration of your scratch marks by 3 to 5 seconds. Reduces the spawn chances of patches of scratch marks by 60% and making their space inconsistent. Take it slow. He knows where you've been. Just like I have always said, live slow and die old. Dylan, the Lost Tapes. Lith. Perform a rushed vault trigger. Lith grants a 50% haste status effect for 3 seconds. Lith causes an exhausted status effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Lith cannot be used when exhausted. You mad? Fenming. What? You mad? What is this? You mad, bro? You mad, bro? Fenming's out here just being like, you mad, bro? Troll face. Right. Yeah, that one seems shit. Like, if you want to troll. So, like, an inexperienced killer is, like, running up to you and being like, oh shit, I'm about to get him. And then you're like, you just use it and you run off. That seems bait. Low profile for Ada. You work best alone. When it's just you and your pursuer, you know how to disappear. Whenever you are the only survivor in the trial who is not either in the dying state or hooked or already dead, low profile activates, suppresses your pool of blood, scratch marks, and grunt of pain for 70 to 90 seconds. I guess if you were solo queuing, this one might be pretty good. It's banking on everybody doing shit though. Lucky break for Yui. You've had your share of scrapes and bruises, but luck is always on your side. Whenever you are in the injured state, Lucky Break activates, suppresses your pool of blood and scratches for a maximum of 40 to 60 seconds, after which Lucky Break deactivates. Each 1 second spent healing another survivor recharges Lucky Break by 1 second up to the maximum effect duration. Lucky Break also deactivates whenever you are healthy or in the dying state. Not even close. Yui Kimura. That's not going to be me. If you stack this, like, you know, if you can get a lot of seconds down, seems alright. Lucky star for Ellen. You know how to stay calm in the face of incomprehensible danger while hiding inside a locker. Lucky star activates. Suppress your the grunts of pain and the creation of pools for 10 seconds. Upon exiting the locker, you benefit from the following effects for 10 seconds. The auras of the other survivors are revealed to you. The auras of the closest generators revealed to you in yellow. Lucky Star has a cooldown of 40 to 30 seconds. You are my Lucky Star, Ellen Ripley. Yeah, I don't like this one. And we are on to M for Gabrielle. You were born to survive and raised to adapt. Whenever you are in this injured state, made for this activates, and you can benefit from the following effects. Grants endurance stats effect for 6 to 10 seconds after completing a healing action on another survivor. Endurance is cancelled prematurely when performing a conspicuous action. Grants 1 to 3% haste stats effect while running, and also suffering from the deep wound stats effect. I didn't come here to be a robot, to be robot food. Gabrielle Soma. Again, this one doesn't seem amazing. Metal of Man for Ash. Evil has a way of always finding you. After triggering your third protection hit, Metal of Man activates. While injured, Metal of Man shields you from going down the next time you take damage. Healing back to full health will reveal your aura to the killer whenever you are farther than 12 to 60 meters from them. Metal of Man deactivates the next time you are put in the dying state. Increases the odds of becoming the initial obsession by 100%. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. Evil has a bullseye on my back the size of a Tiger Stadium. Ash Williams. If you want to like bait them and you want to, yeah, like get the attention of the killer, this one seems alright. And just like that, we're on to N for David. No mither. Go on out, kid. It is just a scratch. Your thick blood coagulates practically instantly. You suffer from the broken stats effect for the entire trial, but benefit from the following effects. Pools of blood are suppressed. When injured or dying, grunts of pain are reduced by 25 to 75%. Your recovery speed is increased to 15 to 25%. You can also recover fully from the dying state. I lost it, just lamped him one. They went and banned me, didn't they? This guy speaks like so annoyingly. Went to pub afterwards, had a few pints and moved on to the next chapter. I couldn't be mithered with it all anyway. And you know what? Can't be arsed. David King. Mithered. I couldn't be fussed. There we go. You couldn't be fussed. You're doing great. Thank you, Kari. No one left behind. Yeah, this one doesn't seem too bad, actually. No mither doesn't seem too bad. No one left behind for all. It is inconceivable to leave someone behind. Once the gates opened are powered, no one left behind activates, increases your action speed and healing and unhooking by 30 to 50%, increases the haste stats effect of survivors unhooked by you by 7%. The auras of the other survivors are revealed to you. Grants 50 to 100% bonus blood points for actions in the altruism category. Yeah, no shit, but I believe we can outsmart and overthrow him if we work together. Don't be predictable and selfish. Clyde the Lost Tapes. That one doesn't seem too bad. Like, good end game one. Next, Object of Obsession for Laurie. A supernatural bond links you to the killer. Whenever the killer reads your aura, the object of obsession activates the same duration as their aura reading action. Reveals the killer's aura to you, increases the action speed in repairing, healing, and cleansing by 2 to 6%. Whenever you are the obsession, your aura is automatically revealed to the killer for 3 seconds every 30 seconds. Increases the odds of becoming the initial obsession of the killer by 100%. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. He was watching me, Laurie Strode. Again, doesn't seem that great. Especially this is quite low. Oh, bollocks. Tell me it brings me back. Oh, it does. Oh, beautiful. Off the record for Zarina. You've learned that a quiet approach is sometimes best. After being unhooked or unhooking yourself, off the record activates for the next 60 to 80 seconds. Prevents the aura from being revealed to the killer if they attempt to read it. Suppresses the grunts of pain when injured. Grants the endurance stats effect. Endurance is cancelled prematurely when performing a conspicuous action. Off the record deactivates once the exit gates are powered. Trust me, I investigate thoroughly and discreetly. Zarina Kassir. Yeah. I mean, it grants endurance, and it doesn't say how long for. It says just grants endurance, so maybe that one's pretty good. Right, almost done with the O's. Open-handed for Ace. Strength the potential in your team's aura reading abilities. Increases the radius for all aura reading abilities emanating from yourself or other survivors by 8 to 16 meters. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of open-handed at a time. Paying attention is what kept me alive through the years. That and my good looks, of course. Ace Visconti. Yeah, that one doesn't seem great. Overcome. You have calculated how much energy you can risk to expend. Becoming injured by any means triggers Overcome. Extends the duration of the on-hit speed boost by 2 seconds. Overcome causes exhaust effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Overcome cannot be used when exhausted. After careful analysis, we are getting the hell out of here. Jonah Vasquez. That doesn't seem good at all. Overzealous for Haiti. Fighting back against the ravage motivates you and inspires you. After cleansing or blessing a totem, Overzealous activate, increase the repair speed by 8 to 10%. If it was a dull totem, increase the repair speed by 16 to 20%. If it was a hex totem, Overzealous deactivates when losing heal state. By any means, the ravage senses us. We need to work fast. AD core. That one doesn't seem great, especially with the health state thing. On to the P's. How far is P? Oh, okay. We're pretty far in. Pretty far in. Parental guidance for Yoichi. You have inherited the ability to hear the dead, and now the dead warn you of danger. After stunning the killer by any means, parental guidance suppresses your scratch marked and pools of blood and grunts of pain for 5 to 7 seconds. Is that it? Yeah, doesn't seem great. Pharmacy. For Quentin, you have a knack for finding medicine. Whenever you are in the injured state, pharmacy activates, increases the unlocking speed of chest for 40 to 80%, reduces the hearing range of noises related to unlocking by 8 meters, guarantees an emergency medkit when unlocking a chest. Adrenaline is going to keep us awake. I stole it from one of the nurse's carts. This one doesn't seem too bad, especially the guarantees one for the emergency medkit. Plot twist for Nicolas. Big moments are vital, but you know that sometimes an understated. God, I can't fucking read. Big moments are vital, but you know that sometimes an understated read can be just as powerful. Whenever you are in the injured state, plot twist activates. While crouched and motionless, press the activate ability button to silently enter the dying state with the following benefits: suppresses grunts of pain, suppresses pools of blood, grants the ability to fully recover from the dying state. After full recovery from the plot twist, you are healed instantly and gain 50% haste. 2 to 4 seconds. Plot twist deactivates after recovering yourself by any means. Plot twist deactivates once more when the exit gates become powered. I think you'll find this shooting location captivating. Pauline Stamper. This seems like a trolley one. I feel like if the killer knew what they were doing, you would not get away with that. Plunderer's Instinct, which everybody gets, unlocks potential in your aura reading ability and improves your luck when finding items in the chests. The aura of the following objects are revealed within 16 to 32 meters. Closest chest located in the environment. Items sitting inside open chests. Items dropped in the environment. Increase the odds of finding items of high rarities in chests slightly, moderately, and considerably. The pioneers used to loot these babies for hours. Izuya. Oh my god. Izuya? Don't know how you say that. Poised by Jane. This one doesn't seem. This seems alright. I guess if you combat it with another one of the looting ones, it might be good. Like the medic one for the pharmacy. Anyway. Poised for Jane. Achieving a goal boosts your confidence. After a generator is completed, you will not leave any scratch marks for the next 6 to 10 seconds. Okay, stay calm. Don't overthink it. You just keep moving forward. You got this, Jane Romero. Yeah, it seems a bit shit. Lots of P's. Potential energy for Vittori. Your arcane abilities have adapted to the entity's realm after centuries of wandering, granting you unprecedented control over its many devices. After uninterruptedly repairing generators for a total of 12 to 8 seconds, press the activate ability button to activate potential energy. Continuing to repair the generator will charge potential energy instead of progressing the generator. Convert 1.5% of the repair progress into 1 token. Up to a maximum of 20 tokens. Missing skill checks results in losing some tokens. While potential energy has at least 1 token, press the activate ability button while repairing a generator to instantly progress it by 1% per token, consuming all remaining tokens and deactivating potential energy. Potential energy loses all tokens and deactivates upon losing a health state. When you look a layer deeper, you realize everything is connected. This does not seem good at all. Because it converts 1.5% into 1 token. And then 1 token is 1%. So you're losing 0.5% every time. Why would you do that? Power struggle for Elodie. You never give up. And you are not about to start now. Reveal the aura of available pallets whenever you are in the dying state. While being carried to the killer by the killer, reach 25 to 50% wiggling progression activates the power struggle. You can drop a nearby standing pallet to stun the killer and escape their grasp. Power struggle deactivates after triggering successfully. I relied on others to protect me once and I lost everything. Never again. Elodie record. Yeah, doesn't seem great. Promotion for all. You have an undeniable capability to sense danger. Receive an auditory warning upon looking into the killer's direction within 45% cone. Within 36 meters. Promotion has a cooldown of 60 to 30 seconds. Or premonition, sorry. Each time it activates. I have a bad feeling about this. Premonition. If you were IGLing, maybe good. Call out where the killer is. Prove thyself for Dwight. For every other survivor repairing a generator within 4 meters, prove thyself increases your repair speed by 6 to 10% up to a maximum of 18 to 30%. This effect is also applied to all other survivors in range. Survivors can only be affected by one instance of prove thyself at a time. Show me what you can do. That doesn't seem too bad. You have to stick together though. Quick and quiet for Meg. You do not have as much noise. You do not make as much noise as others when quickly vaulting over obstacles or hiding in lockers. Suppresses both the loud noise notification and sound effect triggered by rushing into a vault, rushing to vault windows, pallets, or rushing to exiting lockers. Quick and quiet has a cooldown of 30 to 20 seconds. Quick gambit. When you, this is for Tori, when you have the killer's attention, you know how to keep it. Others can be confident they will not be interrupted anytime soon. The aura of all generators within 36 meters of your location are revealed to you while being chased by the killer. Increases the repair speed of the other survivors working on these highlighted generators by 6 to 8%. This effect is limited to the original range in case the aura reading range being extended by other effects. We need not resort to violence, and I shall prove it. This one seems good if you're good at being chased effectively, so you can run the killer away from the gens that your team's working on. YouTube streamer Poggers. Yes, Christopher, we are a YouTube streamer. Gang. Reactive healing. Oh, I clicked it again, didn't I? There we go. For Ada. The more the situation becomes compromised, the more determined you become to complete the operation. When another survivor loses a health state within 32 meters of your location while you are in the injured state, you benefit from the following effects. Grant 40 to 50% of your missing healing progression to your health bar. Seems mid. Reassurance for Rebecca. Your presence helps allies focus, assuaging the panic associated with the extreme condition. When within 6 meters of the hooked survivor, press the activate ability button to halt their sacrifice process for the next 20 to 30 seconds. If the hooked survivor has already entered the struggle phase, its skill checks are paused for that duration. Reassurance can only be used once per survivor per hook instance. Yeah, that doesn't seem too great either. Red herring for Zarina. You have noticed that some people pay attention to whatever makes the loudest noise. After repairing a generator for at least 3 seconds, its aura is highlighted to you in yellow. The generator stays highlighted until it is either fully repaired or you start repairing another generator or enter a locker. Entering a locker will trigger a loud noise notification for the killer at the highlighted generator's location. Red herring has a cooldown of 60 to 40 seconds. The news edit out what is burdensome and complex, which is the truth, Zarina Cassia. Seems like a trolley one. Oh, I think there's going to be a lot of R ones, isn't there? Repressed Alliance, Cheryl. You are accustomed to being hunted for malicious forces, and you have begun using it to your advantage. After repairing generators for a total of 55 to 45 seconds, Repressed Alliance activates. Press the activate ability button to call upon the entity to block the generator you are currently repairing for 30 seconds, after which repressed alliance deactivates. The aura of the block generator is revealed to all survivors in white. Repressed alliance can only be triggered when no other survivors are repairing your generator. Yeah. That one doesn't seem too great. Residual manifest for Haiti. A lifetime of chasing the darkness has taught you the best disinfectant is light. After a successful killer blind, the killer suffers from the blindness status effect for 20 to 30 seconds. The residual manifest grants the ability to rummage through an open chest once per trial and will guarantee a basic flashlight. I'll never see what Haiti sees, but so long as I'm with her, I know I'm safe. Jordan Rosie. This one seems really good. If you're good with the flashlight, this one seems great. Resilience, which everybody can use. You are motivated in dire situations. Increases your action speed in repairing, healing, sabotaging, unhooking, vaulting, cleansing, blessing, opening, and unlocking by 3 to 9% when in the injured state. Focus even in these desperate times. Yeah, that one seems whatever. Resurgence for Jill. You have come from a near impossible odds, and you will do it again. After being unhooked or unhooking yourself, instantly gain 40 to 50% to your healing progress. It's my turn, bitch. Jill Valentine. Yeah, mid. Rookie spirit for Leon. You keep a careful eye on objectives when they are slipping away. While you are repairing generators, succeed 4 to 3 good or great skill checks to activate Rookie Spirit for the remainder of the trial. The auras of the regressing generators are revealed to you until they stop regressing by any means. I'll stop this, Lieutenant, I promise. Yeah, this one seems like a decent background one. Saboteur for Jake. Unlocks the potential in your aura reading ability. For the duration of the killer carrying another survivor, you see the aura of every hook within 56 meters of the carried survivor pickup location. The aura of the regular hooks are revealed to you in white. The aura of the Scrooge hooks are revealed to you in yellow. Unlocks the ability to sabotage hooks without needing a toolbox. Sabotaging the hook without a toolbox takes 2.3 seconds. These sabotage action has a cooldown of 70 to 60 seconds. This one seems quite trolly, but I feel like in the right hands it could be quite good as well. Scavenger for Gabrielle. When others see junk, you see valuable improvised tools. While holding a depleted toolbox, Scavenger activates. Succeeding a great repairing skill check grants 1 token up to a maximum of 5. Reaching the maximum number of tokens automatically consumes them and fully recharges the toolbox. Recharging a toolbox will reduce the repair speed by 50% for the next 40 to 30 seconds. Scavenger grants the ability to rummage through the open chest once per trial, and it will guarantee a basic toolbox. It's amazing what people will throw away around here. Gabrielle, so that one doesn't seem too bad, you know. Scene partner for Nicolas. You lock in with your co-star, engaging with and reacting to each other on a high level. Whenever you are inside the terror radius, scene partner activates. Looking at the killer causes you to scream, which reveals their aura for 3 to 5 seconds. There's a 50% chance that you will scream again, extending the aura reveal by a duration of 2 seconds. Scene partner has a cooldown of 60 seconds. This is not in the script, Nicolas Cage. That one seems a bit shit. Second wind, you have learnt to avoid awkward situations with your parents. Part of you still thinks your best option is to run away and hope things will take care of themselves. When you heal another survivor for the equivalent of 1 health state, second wind activates. Next time you are unhooked or unhook yourself, you suffer from the broken status effect until second wind deactivates. You are automatically healed 1 health state after 28 to 20 seconds. While second wind is active, the following conditions will deactivate it: successfully being healed by second wind, being put into the dying state before the timer elapses. Second wind does not activate if you already suffer from the broken stats effect. Yeah, that's a no. Stephen Harrington. That one seems decent. Self-care, Claudette. Unlock a self-care ability allowing you to self-heal without needing a medkit at 25 to 35% of the normal healing speed. That one seems quite good. Self-preservation for Yunjin. Life is unforgiving. The more confident you get out. The more confirmation you get of that, the more prepared you become. Whenever another survivor is hit with basic attacks or special attack within 16 meters of you, self-preservation activates. Scratch marks, grunt of pain when injured, and bleeding are suppressed for the next 6 to 10 seconds. Sometimes I learn the industry when the axe is swinging. Keep your head down. Yunjin Lee. Okay, that's the next one. I forgot to mention. You can still donate. This is why I'm doing this. It's because of the of this, and I said that I would. In the donation goals. Yeah. So donate if you can. We hit a K, which was nice. But yeah, I should mention that at the beginning, but I forgot. Slippery meat for all. You have developed an efficient way to get off hooks. Increases the number of available self-unhooks attempt by 3. Increases the odds of succeeding a self-unhook attempt by 2 to 4%. That one doesn't seem great. Small game for all. You receive undeniable capability to sense danger. You receive an auditory warning upon looking in the direction of the of totems in a 45-degree cone within 8 to 12 meters. Small game has a cooldown of 14 to 10 seconds each time it is activated. For each dull or hex totem cleansed by a player, small game is automatically granted 1 token. Each token reduces the detection cone angle by 5 degrees down to a minimum of 20. Nope. Andy the Lost Tapes. This one does not seem good at all. Smash Hit by Yunjin. When your rival makes a mistake, you seize the opportunity. Stunning the killer with a pallet triggers Smash Hit. Grants 50% haste stats effect for 4 seconds. Smash Hit causes exhausted stats effect for 30 to 20 seconds. Smash Hit cannot be used when exhausted. I have dealt with psychopaths in suits. You're just uglier and worse dressed. Yunjin Lee. Soul Survivor Laurie. As more of your friends fall to the killer, you become shrouded in isolation and the killer's aura reading ability towards you are disrupted. Each time a survivor other than yourself is killed or sacrificed, Soul Survivor gains 1 token, up to a maximum of 3 tokens, grants a stackable radius of 20 to 24 meters per token around you, up to a maximum of 60 to 72, within which you are immune to the killer's aura reading ability. When you are the last survivor standing, your benefit of the following effect: increases repair speed by 75%, increases your gate and hatch opening speed by 50%, increases the odds of becoming the initial obsession of the killer by 100%. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. It was the boogeyman, Laurie Strode. This is really, if you've got a shit team and you know you've got a shit team, I guess this one could do well. Solidarity for Jane. Sharing painful experiences has the power to heal. When injured and healing another survivor without using a medkit, you benefit from the following effect: passively healing yourself at a rate of 40 to 50% of your altruistic healing speed. Showing up when things get rough, listening to other people's problems and supporting those in need. That's how you become stronger and that's how you grow. Jane Romero. You have been through immense hardship and you're stronger for it. That one seems alright. Soul Guard for Cheryl. You've been through immense hardship and you're stronger for it. After being healed from or having recovered the dying state, you benefit from the following effect: grants the endurance stats effect for 4 to 8 seconds. Endurance is cancelled prematurely when performing a conspicuous action. While suffering from the curse stats effect, you benefit from the following effect: grants the ability to fully recover yourself from the dying state. Soul Guard has a cooldown of 30 seconds. That's a very short duration, so that's it. That's kind of shit. Spine Chill. Everybody can use this. An unnatural tingle warns you of impending doom. Whenever the killer is within 36 meters of your location and looking at you with a clear line of sight, Spine Chill activates. Increase your action speed in repairing, healing, sabotaging, unhooking, cleansing, blessing, opening, and unlocking for 2 to 6%. This effect lingers for 0.5 seconds after the killer loses line of sight of or exits the range. There is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. Sassy the Lost Tapes. Hello, Louis. I'm not doing too bad. We're about an hour and a half in, and I'm on S just for the the survivors perks so far. So hopefully we can get it all done today. That's the plan. But maybe if I lose my voice, we'll have to do the killers another time. Yeah, but Louis, that's S just for survivors. That's not for killers. Killers is a whole other list that I have to go through. So take this as we're almost done with the first bit. Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, sprint burst. For Meg, starting to run triggers the sprint burst, grants 50% haste stats effect for 3 seconds. Also costs exhaust the sound effect for 60 to 40 seconds. Sprint burst cannot be used when exhausted. See if you can catch me, Meg Thomas. Seems a bit shit. Almost done with the S's. Stakeout for David. Getting close to the killer fills you with determination. Every 15 seconds you are within the killer's terror radius. While not being chased, stakeout gains 1 token up to a maximum of 2 to 4 tokens. When stakeout has at least 1 token, good skill checks consume 1 token and are considered great skill checks, granting the additional progression bonus of 1%. Great skill checks do not consume any tokens. I had you on your knees and you're running scared because we had you. We're gonna close this case. It's kind of sussy. It's kind of sussy, David. Yeah, I was in the VC last time this happened. Yeah, last time this happened, I only did it for like 45 minutes. So, yeah, well, definitely beat that previous record. Streetwise for Nia. Long nights out taught you to do a lot with what you got. Increase the efficiency of your items by 15 to 25%. Streetwise extends its effect to all survivors within 8 meters of your location and lingers for 15 seconds. You are doing it wrong. Let me show you how it's done. Nia Carlson. Oh yeah, only the best content for you guys. Strength in the shadows. Last one for the S's for Sable. A chance for renewed power down where danger calls home. When you are in the basement, Strength is in Shadows activates. Unlocks the Strength in Shadows ability, allowing you to self-heal without needing a medkit at 70% of the normal healing speed. Upon finishing a heal in the basement, the aura of the killer is revealed to you for 6 to 10 seconds. I'm getting out of here if it's the last thing I do. This one seems alright, but you have to be in the basement. Okie dokie, we're on T. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to finishing the attackers. In good time as well. Okay. Teamwork, collective stealth for Renato. When someone helps you out, you respond in kind. Whenever another survivor finishes healing, teamwork, collective stealth activates, and both of you and the survivor who healed you benefit from the following effect. Suppresses your scratch marks for as long as you stay within 12 meters of one another, or one of you loses a health state. Teamwork, collective stealth has a cooldown of 180 to 140 seconds. That's a long time. Survivors can only be affected by 1 instance of teamwork, collective stealth at a time. I'm good, but keep it down. Renato Lyra. Took you... Oh, was it B for killers that took me a long time? That's unfortunate, isn't it? That is unfortunate. We'll get to it when we get to it. Teamwork, power of 2. It is hard to keep up with you, but it does not stop people from trying. Whenever you finish healing another survivor, teamwork, power of 2 activates, and both of you and the healed survivor benefit from the following effects. Grant a 5% haste status effect for as long as you stay within 12 meters of one another, or one of you loses a health state. Power of 2 also has a cooldown of 180 to 140 seconds, so I was going to be affected by one instance of teamwork, power of 2 at a time. You good? Then keep up. Thalita, Lyra. Oh, they're sisters. Oh, that makes sense. Because it's like pretty much the same thing, just except scratch marks its haste. Okay. Technician for Feng. You are apt at handling machinery with the greatest care and precision. When repairing a generator, the following effects apply. Reduces the audible range of the repair noises by 8 meters. Suppresses the explosion and accompanying loud noise when failing a skill check. Failing a skill check instantly regresses the generator by 5 to 3% of its maximum possible progression in addition to the default progression penalty. I'm going to stealth this one, Feng Min. Tenacity. David, there is nothing stopping you. Your ferocious tenacity in dire situations allows you to benefit from the following effects. Increases your crawling speed by 30 to 50%. Grants the ability to crawl and recover from at the same time. Reduces the volume of grunts of pain while in the dying state by 75%. What the hell is this? I'm taking this bastard down. Detective David Tapp. Yeah, this one seems shit. This is not happening for all. You perform at your best when you are under extreme pressure. Increases the success zone of the great skill checks while repairing and healing by 20 to 30%. If you're bad at skill checks, that one wouldn't be too bad, I guess. Troublesome for Gabrielle. No amount of distraction will shake you from your primary task. When you are chased by the killer, troubleshooter activates. The aura of the generator with the most progress is revealed to you. The aura of the killer is revealed to you for 4 to 6 seconds after dropping a pallet. These effects linger for 6 to 10 seconds after ending the chase, for which the troubleshooter deactivates. Nothing gets done around here if I don't do it. Gabrielle Soma. If you're like trying to get a class to like bait the killer, then that would be pretty good. Almost done, boys. Almost done with this one. Unbreakable by Bill. Past battles have taught you a thing or two about survival. Once per trial, you can completely recover from the dying state. Your recovery speed is increased by 25 to 35%. God damn it, I'm seriously foobar. Bill Overbank. Yeah, that one's alright. Up the ante for Ace. All will be well in the end. You just know it. Your confidence strengthens the feeling of hope for those around you. For every survivor still in the trial, up to the ante is granted 1 token. Increase the odds of every survivor succeeding a self-unhook attempt stackable by 1 to 3% per token, up to a maximum of 3 to 9%. What can I say? I'm just a very lucky guy. I'm sure some of it will rub off on you. Ace Visconi. Seems alright. It doesn't seem that great, actually. Urban evasion for Nia. Years of evading the cops has taught you a thing or two about stealth. Increase your crouching movement speed by 90 to 100%. The paint is still fresh, but I am long gone. Nia Carlson. Vigil for... Yeah, that one seems... Yeah, I guess if you're going for movement speed, it's not bad. Vigil for Quentin. You look over your friend even in dire situations. Increase your recovery rate for the blindness, broken, exhausted, exposed, hemorrhage, hindered, mangled, and oblivious stats effect by 20 to 30%. The effect also applies to all survivors within 8 meters of your location and lingers for 15 seconds. I'm gonna be here when you wake up. You are gonna make it. Quentin Smith. I guess if you know the killer's gonna have like one of these effects, and it's gonna affect you a lot, you could use this one. Visionary. You are remarkably focused on your means of escape. The auras of generators are revealed to you within 32 meters. For each generator, the complete visionary deactivates for 20 to 16 seconds. Felix. Again, if you knew where the gens are, this wouldn't be great. So if you're an experienced player, doesn't seem like a great one. Wake up for Quentin. unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. Once all generators are completed, Wake Up activates. The aura of the exit switch are revealed within 128 meters. Your aura is revealed to all of the survivors within 128 meters of your location while opening an exit gate. Increases your gate opening speed by 15 to 25%. Okay, look, if we survive the next 24 hours, then I'll take you out on a real date. Quentin Smith. Again, good communication. It would just negate most of this. We'll make it for all. Helping others heightens your morale, increases your altruistic healing speed by 100% for the next 30 to 90 seconds whenever you rescue another survivor from a hook. I am confident we can all escape in one piece if we help each other out. That one doesn't seem too bad. If you're going for like a healing build. We're going to live forever, David. Your few friends deserve the best production. You benefit from the following effect when healing a dying survivor. Increases the healing speed by 100%. Performing any of the following actions grants 1+ token to We're Gonna Live Forever. Performing a safe hook rescue. Taking a protection hit from an injured survivor. Stunning or blinding the killer to rescue a carried survivor. Any dying survivor you heal back to the injured benefits from the following effect while consuming -1 token. Grants endurance for 6 to 10 seconds. Endurance is counted prematurely when performing a conspicuous action. Come on then, let's have it. I don't give a shit, pal. David King. This one seems pretty good actually, especially the 100% increase in healing speed. Wicked for Sable. They can try to hurt you, but you're not going to go down easily. Grant the ability to successfully unhook yourself when hooked inside the basement. The aura of the killer is revealed to you for 16 to 20 seconds after unhooking yourself or being unhooked. I haven't let anyone get in my way before. This isn't... You think I'm going to start now, Sable? I think all of Sable's is to do with the basement. So if the killer knew you were Sable, they could just hang around the basement and then a lot of your abilities are just kind of negated. So I don't know if Nick Sable would be a good pick. Windows of Opportunity. For Kate, unlock potential in your aura reading ability. The auras of breaking walls, pallets, and windows are revealed to you within 24 to 32 meters. Rise and shine, work hard, carve out your name, take aim, pull the trigger, hit the bull's eye for frame. Know the value of faith and families, don't you complain. Open wide your windows of opportunity. Kate Dinson's Window of Opportunity. This one's not great actually. Wire tap for Ada. You know that the best way to stay one step ahead is to keep tabs on the competition. After repairing generators for a total of 50%, wiretap activates. Press the active ability button while near a partially progressed generator to install a trap, for which stays active for 100 to 120 seconds. Whenever the killer comes within 140 meters of the trap generator, their aura is revealed to all survivors. Wiretap deactivates after the generator is damaged or once the time runs out. The aura of the trap generators are revealed to all survivors in yellow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all of the survivor perks, all 137 of them. And it only took us just under 2 hours to do all of them. Windows actually have the highest. Really? Fair enough. Maybe let me go back to Windows. Whoops. No. Unlocks potential or reading ability. I guess when it comes down to like juking, makes it very good. I don't know. I don't play the game. Anywho, there is all the survivor perks. So we will swiftly move on to the killer perks, so we can make sure I will be done before Louis' stream as well. Yep, we're on killer perks. Don't you worry, this is all going to be, the VOD's going to be uploaded after this, so it will be proof that I did it all. Right. Now we're going to be on the flip side for Killer's Perks. Starting first and foremost by the Nurse, with the Nurse's Calling. Unlocks the potential in your aura reading ability. The auras of the survivors who are healed or being healed are revealed to you within 20 to 28 meters. Still attached to the fragments of her past life, she is drawn to those in need of help. Will we get the audio this time? Yes. I'm using YouTube this time, so hopefully the audio will save, because it immediately saves into a YouTube video. Because last time the audio didn't save and it was really annoying. I think this one will be pretty good because Nurse can TP, can't she? So if someone's healing and you can see that they're healing, you can TP and slash them. Agitation for the Trapper. You get excited in anticipation of hooking your prey. When carrying a survivor, you benefit from the following effects. Increases your movement speed by 6 to 18%. Increases your terror radius by 12%. At some point, the excitement of hooking one of us becomes more important than the desire to kill us. That's a decent movement speed buff, to be fair. DBD perks ASMR. I mean, I don't think I have the right mic for it. We'll do alien intrinsics as a so alien intrinsics for xenomorph. You are so stealthy. Sometimes it seems like you appear out of nowhere. Whenever you hook a survivor, alien instinct activates. The aura of the farthest injured survivor is revealed to you for 5 seconds. That survivor suffers from the oblivious status of effect for 16 to 18 seconds. Yellow lights from my eyes only. Dallas. That's all you got. I don't know if Xenomorph can TP. If he can, then that's pretty good. If he can't, then farthest injured survivor is, So, depends. Awakened awareness for Mastermind. Your genes have been altered to heighten your senses in intense situations. While carrying a survivor, the auras of all the survivors are revealed to you when they are within 16 to 20 meters of your location. Yeah, this one seems pretty good, especially if you know they use flashlight and stuff like that. Bamboozle for Clown. After vaulting a window, Bamboozle calls upon the entity to block that window for the next 8 to 16 seconds. Blocked windows cannot be vaulted by survivors. Increases your general vaulting speed by 5 to 15%. Bamboozle only blocks one window at a time and does not apply to others. Apply either of its effects to the vaulting pallets. So if you get juked a lot, that'll be pretty good. Barbecue and chili for Cannibal. A deep bond with the entity unlocks potential in aura reading ability. After hooking a survivor, all survivors who are at least 60 to 40 meters away from the hook have their aura revealed to you for 5 seconds. I just can't take no pleasure in killing. There's just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like it. Drayton Sawyer. That one doesn't seem too bad. Batteries included for Good Guy. Being somewhere between man and machine has its upsides. Whenever you are within 12 meters of a completed generator, you are granted a 5% haste status effect. This effect lingers for 1 to 5 seconds after leaving the generator's range. Surprise, did you miss me, Andy? Chucky. That one doesn't seem too great. And it also seems like this one is very prone to the traps abilities from the survivors, so I don't know how great that one is. Huntress for Beast of Prey. Your lust for A kill is so intense that your connection with the entity is momentarily lost, making you totally unpredictable. Upon gaining the Bloodlust status effect, Beast of Prey activates. Grants the undetectable status effect for as long as the Bloodlust is active. Beast of Prey grants a 30 to 50% blood points for actions in the Hunter category. The bonus blood points are only awarded during the trial. Where did she go? I feel like in the right hands this one would be pretty good because of the undetectable. Bitter Murmur unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. Each time a generator is completed, the auras of all survivors within 16 meters of that generator are revealed to you for 5 seconds. Once the last generator is completed, the auras of all survivors are revealed to you for 5 to 10 seconds. That one doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem too bad, that one. Agony. Oh, sorry. Blood Echo for Oni. The agony of one is inflicted onto others. When hooking a survivor, all the survivors who are injured suffer from the hemorrhage and exhausted status effect for 45 seconds. Blood Echo has a cooldown of 80 to 60 seconds. Attack an enemy with precision and their allies will feel it. Renjiro Doctrine 63. That one doesn't seem too bad, actually. One second. All right. Blood Warden for Nightmare. As soon as one gate is open, Blood Warden activates. The aura of the survivor standing within the exit gate are revealed to you. Once per trial, hooking a survivor while Blood Warden is active calls upon the entity to block the exits for all survivors for 30 to 60 seconds. This is my word and you can't ever leave. Freddy Krueger. That seems quite OP'd. 30 to 60 seconds if you hook someone. Wild. That's forcing them to play like a team, effectively. Bloodhound for Wraith. Like hunting a hunting scent hound, you smell traces of blood at great distances. Pools of blood are shown in bright red and can be tracked for 2 to 4 seconds longer than normal. Pebbles shimmering in the moonlight. My life drips down in a trail so easy to follow for Wraith. Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad, that one. Brutal Strength for the Trapper. Your great sense allows you to shred through your prey's defenses, increase your action speed of breaking pallets and breakable walls, and damaging generators by 10 to 20%. It is more than muscle. A dark power motivates the beast. That one seems mid. Call of Brine. Your psychic abilities influence technology in devastating ways. After performing the damage generator action to honor generator, Call of Brine activates for 6 seconds. The damage generator regresses at 115 to 125% of normal regression speed in the aura, and its aura is highlighted to you in yellow. Receiving a loud noise notification each time a survivor hits a good skill check on a affected generator, and this is for Onryo. That one seems quite good, especially for the regress rate as well. Corrupt Intervention for Plague. Your prayers invoke a dark power that meddles with the survivor's chances of survival. At the start of the trial, the 3 generators located farthest from you are blocked by the entity for 80 to 120 seconds. Corrupt Intervention deactivates prematurely once the first survivor is put into the dying state. It shall be known across the land that God's curse the unfaithful, the Tablet of Idris. This one puts a lot of emphasis on you doing a lot at the beginning, because then once this goes, it's kind of done. Oh, we're already on C. Damn. Chlorophobia for Clown. Even those without a fear of clowns know to be terrified of you. For all survivors within the terror radius, the following effects apply. Reduces their healing speed by 30 to 50%. Increases the rotation speed of healing skill checks by 50%. This one seems decent. Not that great, to be fair. Group de Grace for the twins. As the end nears, you go in for the kill. Whenever a generator is completed, Group de Grace gains 2 tokens up to a maximum of 10. Increase the distance of your next lunge attack by 70 to 80% while consuming 1 token. This one seems quite good. Group de Grace can only be hold a maximum of 5 tokens at a time. This one seems very good, especially like experienced players. They know how far you can lunge, so if you can increase that by like that much, that seems quite good. Crucial Limits by the Demogorgon. Your ties to the otherworldly manifest when your prey attempts to get away. Whenever a generator is completed, Crucial Limits activates. Blocks every vault location on the map for all survivors for 20 to 30 seconds. The aura of the blocked vault locations are highlighted to you in yellow. These specimens seem to be able to affect the state of nearby objects as if they exit in some other form within a dimension alternate to ours. Hawkins National Laboratory. I feel like if you camp generators, this one will be really good. Because they can't vault over anything for the first 20 to 30 seconds, and then you can just chase one. Get a pretty solid down off of that. And we're already on to D, boys. Dark Devotion for Plague. Display of your power creates a whirlwind of panic that spreads throughout the land. Whenever the obsession loses a health state by any means and thus enters the injured state, Dark Devotion activates. Your terror radius transfers to the obsession for 20 to 30 seconds, and the radius is set to 32 meters. Grants the undetectable status effect for the same duration. The obsession with your transferred terror radius is also considered to be inside the terror radius for other purposes. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time, and terror shall take hold of a defiant non-believer who shall falsely announce my arrival. The tablet of Adiris 48.9. Seems decent enough. Darkness Revealed for Dredge. In your presence, places once thought to be safe are perhaps the most dangerous. Whenever you search a locker, the auras of all survivors within 8 meters of the locker are revealed to you for 3 to 5 seconds. Darkness Revealed has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Stay in the light, my children. In darkness, your fear will be exposed. Otto Stamper. That one seems shit. Dead Man's Switch for Deathslinger. After hooking a survivor, Dead Man's Switch activates for the next 20 to 30 seconds. While activated, any survivor that stops repairing a generator before it's fully repaired causes the entity to block the generator until the Dead Man's switches ends. After the generators are affected generators are highlighted by a white aura. I've seen the look on a man's face when he realizes he's going to die. Caleb Quinn. That one seems pretty good, to be fair. Deadlock for Cenobite. You induce mental suffering by crushing any hopes of escape. Whenever a generator is completed, the entity blocks the generator within the most progression for 20 to 30 seconds. The aura of the block generator is revealed to you in white during this time. Nobody escapes as Pinhead. This one doesn't seem as good. Deathbound by the Executioner. Those whose lives are intertwined into darkness are destined to suffer together. Whenever a survivor heals another survivor for the equivalent of 1 health state, at least 32 meters away from you, Deathbound activates, causes the survivor to scream and trigger a loud noise. For the next 60 seconds, the survivor suffers from the Oblivious status effect whenever they are farther than 16 to 18 meters away from the healed survivor. Well, it doesn't seem too bad, to be fair. Depends what map you're on, I guess. Death Stalker unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. The auras of all survivors in the dying state within 20 to 36 meters of your location are revealed to you. Thing is, with dying state, they don't move that quickly. So unless you got that, the one that fakes the dying state, then I don't think that one's very useful. Discordance. Any generator within a range of 64 to 128 meters that is being repaired by 2 or more survivors is marked by a yellow aura. When the generator is first highlighted, discordance triggers a loud noise notification on the generator. After the generator is no longer within range or is being repaired by just one survivor, the highlighted aura will linger for another 4 seconds. Smart asses get killed. We always see to that deletion. This one seems quite good, to be fair. Right, I'm gonna go for a quick tinkle, and then we'll be right back. Right here. Back to it. Dissolution for Dredge. Everything turns to dust. It is an inescapable that as... Dissolution for Dredge. Everything turns to dust. It is as inescapable as the coming of the night. 3 seconds after injuring a survivor by any means, dissolution activates for 12 to 20 seconds. While dissolution is active, if a survivor fast vaults over a pallet while they are inside your terror radius, the entity will break the pallet at the end of the vault, deactivating dissolution. That was pretty good. The garden shall be in place of perfect joy. Through joy, nothing shall stand in our way. That one seems pretty good, to be fair. Your distressing, which is for all. Your horrifying emanation strikes at the supernaturally long distance. Increases your terror radius by 22 to 26%. Grants 100% bonus blood points for all actions in the devious category. Depends. This one will depend on how good your terror radius, or how important that is to your abilities and gameplay. Next we have Dragon's Grip. Performing the damage generator action on a generator activates the Dragon's Grip for the next 30 seconds. The first survivor interacting with the damage generator will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds. After suffer from the exposed status effect for 60 seconds. Dragon's Grip has a cooldown of 120 to 80 seconds. Such a potential in this compound, even the slightest trace causes unnatural effects. Journal of Talbot Grimes. That's for Blight. This one doesn't seem too bad actually because of the 60 seconds exposing. Dying Light for Shape. Each time you hook a survivor other than your obsession, you gain 1 token. For as long as the obsession is still active, all other survivors suffer from a stackable 2 to 3% penalty to repairing, healing, and sabotaging speeds per token to a maximum of 22 to 35% for 11 tokens. The obsession is unaffected by this penalty and instead granted a permanent 33% action speed bonus to unhooking and healing other survivors. You can only be obsessed with 1 survivor at a time. This isn't a man. Dr. Sam Loomis. I guess if you know the obsessed person isn't going to be doing bits, this could be really good, especially because it's stackable. Enduring for Hillbilly. You are resilient to pain. Reduces the pallet stun duration by 40 to 50%. Enduring has no effect while carrying a survivor. He stops at nothing. This one seems a bit shit. Eruption Nemesis. The NE Alpha Parasite provides you with the intelligence and awareness needed to set a trap. Performing the damage generator action on generator applies Eruption. All affected generators are highlighted to you in yellow. The next time as any survivor enters a dying state by any means, all affected generators explode and immediately start regressing, which removes the highlighted aura. Instantly regresses the generators by negative 10% of its maximum possible progression. Causes all the survivors repairing the affected generators to scream and reveal their aura to you for 8, 10, 12 seconds. Eruptions will cooldown of 30 seconds. It can use weapons. Jill Valentine. I like this one. I think this one's quite powerful. Fire Up for Nightmare. The increased pressure of losing your praise fills you with anger and gives you unsuspected motivation. Each time a generator is completed, Fire Up grows in power and gains 1 token up to a maximum of 5 tokens. Each token applies a stackable buff of 3 to 4% per token up to a maximum of 15 to 20% to the following action speeds. Picking up and dropping survivors, breaking walls and pallets and damaging generators, vaulting windows. Now, why don't you just fucking die, Freddy Krueger? Again, this one's stackable, so I feel like if you're confident in your abilities, these would be good. Damn, already on F. Forced Hesitation for Singularity. You've learned the emotional weakness of the organics and how to exploit them. Whenever a survivor is put into the dying state by any means, all the survivors within 16 meters of them suffer from a 20% hindered status effect for 10 seconds. Forced Hesitation has a cooldown of 40 to 30 seconds. The organic mind's capacity for empathy goes beyond hindrance. Hux A713. I guess this one's good. If you know if you know the team's gonna work as a team, then this one's quite good. Forced Penance for Executioner. Those who stand in the way of the duty will suffer harsh judgment. Survivors who take a protection hit suffer from the broken status effect for the next 60 to 80 seconds. Your vicious basic attacks make... Oh, that's the next one. This one doesn't seem too great. Actually, it's quite a long time. It depends how intrusive the broken stats effect is. Franklin's Denies for Cannibals. Or Cannibal. Your vicious basic attack makes survivors drop their items on impact. If not recovered within 150 to 90 seconds, the lost item will have their charges depleted by the entity. The auras of the lost items are revealed to you within 32 seconds and slowly fade from white to red as the timer elapses. Sadly, I hear something. Stop, Franklin. Hardesty. If you know they're going to bring like medkits and shit, or like the repair kit tools, this will be pretty good. Friends till the end. Good guy. You will kill anyone who gets between you and your target. When you hook any survivor that is not the obsession, the following effect applies to the obsession. Their aura is revealed for 6 to 10 seconds. They suffer from the exposed stats effect for 20 seconds. When you hook the obsession, the following effects apply to a random survivor. Cause the survivor to scream and reveal their location to the killer. They become the new obsession. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. I got some fresh meat lined up, and I'm not going to let you spoil. Not this time, Chucky. This one just seems like a muted version of one of the other ones we read, to be fair. On to... Oh, the last one for F, sorry. But furtive chase by Ghostface. You lurk in the shadows, eliminating your victims one by one. Each time you cook your obsession, you benefit from the following effect: 14 to 18 seconds. Grants the undetectable status, and grants a 5% haste status. Whenever the obsession is rescued from a hook, their rescuer will become the new obsession. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. You have no idea what I have planned for you. It will be in the news for weeks. I'll make sure of that. The ghost face. Now that one will depend on how important it is to you to be undetectable. If that's important, then that seems like a pretty good perk. Okay, on to G. Game afoot for Skull Merchant. First, you pick your prey, then you pick it apart. Whenever you hit the survivor with the highest cumulative chase time with a basic attack, they become the obsession. While you are chasing your obsession, Game afoot activates its secondary effect. Grants 5% haste and stats effect for 8 to 10 seconds after damaging a generator or breaking a wall or pallet. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. This one might actually be a challenge. Sun Hardoris Sombrios, issue 3. This one doesn't seem too great. Seems okay. Gearhead for Deathslinger. You've got an ear for well-oiled gears. After a survivor loses a health state, Gearhead activates for 30 seconds. While Gearhead is active, a survivor succeeding a good skill check while repairing reveals the aura to you for 6 to 8 seconds. Sometimes a man's best work is what puts him in the grave. The prison's warden. I clicked it again, didn't I? That one doesn't seem too bad. Genetic limits for the singularity. Around you, the limits of human life become readily apparent. Whenever a survivor finishes a healing action, they suffer from the exhausted status effect for 24 to 32 seconds. The organic body is so limited. Hux A713. The exhausted effect is half a minute, so if you know they're going to be healing a lot, then I guess that's pretty good. Grim Embrance from the artist. You act of servitude to the entity has not gone unnoticed. Each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, Grim Embrance gains 1 token and activates once you are at least 60 meters away from the hook. 1 to 3 tokens blocks all generators for 8 to 12 seconds. 4 tokens blocks all generators for 40 seconds, and the aura of the possession is revealed to you for 4 seconds. We are nothing but prisoners to our sorrow. Carmine Mora. If you can stack hooks pretty well, this can be quite good. Because imagine blocking all Jennies for 40 seconds. That's quite a lot. Right. Next one, Hex Blood Flavor from Blight. A hex that gains the favor of the entity when blood is spilt. Whenever a survivor loses a health state by any means and thus enters the injured state or the dying state, Hex Blood Favor calls upon the entity to block all pallets within 24 to 32 meters of the surviving location from being pulled down for the next 15 seconds. All the effect of the Hex block persists until its Hex totem is cleansed or blessed. It would be no leap of the imagination to suggest that the trials are a biological response of sorts. Journal of Talbot Grimes. That one seems pretty good, especially if you know you can put them away within the kind of half a minute mark. That one seems pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Hex crowd control for the trickster. Hex ensures those lesser than you are properly herded. Whenever a survivor performs a rush vault action, Hex crowd control triggers its effect, blocks the vaulted window to every survivor for the next 40 to 60 seconds. All effects of the Hex perk persists until its Hex totem is cleansed or blessed. You have no control, but people like you never did. G1 Hawk. Again, it blocks this one's for the windows though, so I guess it would depend on the map. Ooh, we got a lot of hexes. Hex Devour Hope for the Hag. A hex rooting is its power on hope. The false hope of survivors ignites your hunger. Each time a survivor is rescued from a hook while you are at least 24 meters away, Hex Devour Hope receives 1 token up to a maximum of 5 tokens. 2 tokens 10 seconds after hooking a survivor gains a 3 to 5% haste. That's effect for the next 10 seconds. 3 tokens. All survivors suffer from the permanent exposed status. 5 tokens grants the ability to kill all survivors by your own hand. All effects of the Hex Park persist until the Hex totem is cleansed or blessed. If you do nothing, you have their blood on your hands. If you save them, her hunger grows. This one seems pretty good. Especially the 3 tokens one. Hex the Face, the Darkness for Night. Okay. You make an example of one of your victims, forcing their allies to become awed by your power. Once you injure a survivor by any means, if there is still a dull totem remaining on the map, Hex Faces the Darkness activates and lights it, cursing the survivor. All other survivors will scream at 30 to 25 seconds if they are outside of the killer's terror radius, revealing their auras for 2 seconds each time. Hex Face the Darkness deactivates when the cursed survivor either enters the dying state or becomes healthy, extinguishing its totem. Hex Face the Darkness is disabled for the remainder of the trial if survivors manage to cleanse its Hex totem. I shall make an example of one. These mooling worms will never know place. Tahos Cavax. That one seems pretty good. If you can keep the Hex totem up. Hex Haunted Ground. For Spirit, 2 trapped Hex totems will spawn in trial ground. When either Hex totem is cleansed or blessed, all survivors suffer from the exposed status effect for 40 to 60 seconds. The second Hex totem will immediately turn into the dull totem. Here home become profane. That one seems like a muted version of one of the other ones. Damn, this is long. Oh, Hex Huntress Lullaby for the Huntress. A hex rooting its power in despair. Your hunt is an irresistible song of dread which muddles your prey's attention. Survivors failing a repair skill check instantly regress the generator by 2 to 6% of its maximum possible progression, in addition to the default progression penalty. Survivors failing a health skill check instantly regress the same amount maximum for the maximum progression. Each time a survivor is hooked, Hex Huntress Lullaby grows in power and gains 1 token, up to a maximum of 5. Each token reduces the timer between skill check warning cues and the skill check appearing for both repair and healing checks. So first token is 14%, then second 28%, third 42%, fourth token 56%. 5 tokens complete suppression of the warning cues. So this is basically trying to get them to fail the skill checks. All effect of the Hex perk persists until Hex totem is cleansed or blessed. That song, it drives me crazy. Okay, for the Huntress. I think this one's pretty good, you know. Especially, I think the stackable ones, if you're good at the game, the stackable ones become quite powerful. So I think this one's quite good. It's a lot of hex, though. Jeez. Hex. No one escapes death for all. A hex rooting its power on hope. You are animated by the power of your hex totem when the survivors are on the verge of escaping. Once the exit gates are powered, if there is still a dull totem remaining on the map, hex no one escapes death activates and it lightens it, increases your movement speed by 2 to 4%. Survivors suffer from a permanent exposed status effect. Hex no one escapes death remains inactive if no dull totems are available. Once the sound effect is revealed to survivors, hex no one escapes death reveals the aura of its totem to all survivors within 4 meters and gradually expands that range to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. All effects of the hex perk persists until its hex totem is cleansed or blessed, and the beast became faster and more powerful as its entity shadowy whips were lashing at its back. This one doesn't seem too great. Because it's once the gate opens. So seems alright. Not too amazing. Hex Pentimento. Artists. You reveal the true power of the totems hidden within their remains. You see the auras of cleansed totems. You can perform a ritual on a cleansed totem to resurrect it as a rekindled totem. For each rekindled totem active at the same time, Hex Pentimento gains an additional effect. One totem reduces all survivor repair speeds by 20 to 30%. 2 reduces all survivor healing by 20 to 30%. 3 reduces all survivor recovery speed by 20 to 30. 4 reduces all survivor exit gate opening speed by 20 to 30. 5 all of the totems permanently blocked by the entity. When rekindled totem is cleansed, its remains are consumed by the entity and it cannot be rekindled. Through a pentimento, it is an inherently concealed piece of art. There is something to be said of the desire to discover that which is beyond. This one seems quite good because I guess you can choose the amount of totems you want and then have those effects based on that. Alex Holy, we're on hexes. Yep, we're on hexes. I have been at it for 2.5 hours, to be fair, so we're getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, hex plaything for Cenobite. A hex that toys with its victims' suffering. If there is at least one dull totem remaining in the trial's grounds, Hex Plaything activates on a random totem each time a survivor is hooked for the first time. The hooked survivor suffered from the cursed and oblivious status effect until Hex Plaything is cleansed. For the first 90 seconds, only the cursed survivor is able to cleanse the Hex totem. The aura of the Hex Plaything Hex totem is revealed to the cursed survivor within 16 seconds. All effects of the Hex perk persists until its Hex totem is cleansed or blessed. We came, now you must come with us. Taste our pleasure, Pinhead. That's a very sus line from him, I'm not gonna lie. Seems alright though. Not the best. We've still got a lot of hex left. So we've got hex retribution for the Deathslinger, a hex that lashes out upon its destruction. Those who cross you will be punished. Survivors cleansed or blessing any totem suffer from the oblivious status effect for 35 to 45 seconds. After cleansing or blessing a hex totem, the auras of all survivors are revealed to you for 15 seconds. All effects of the hex perk persist until its hex totem is cleansed or blessed. Bloody fool, you pulled the trigger on yourself, Caleb Quinn. if you're going for the totems, this will be pretty good. Hex Ruin. Hag. A hex that affects the generator repair progress of all survivors. When the generator is not being repaired by a survivor, it will immediately automatically regress its repair progress by 50 to 100% of the normal regress speed. All of the effects of the hex perk persist until the hex totem is cleansed or blessed. If it curses upon you, it will cause you ruin. It seems pretty good, but I think like the survivors would also figure that out very quickly, and then just focus on one generator at a time to kind of negate that. Hex the Third Seal for the Hag. A hex that hinders the survival aura's reading abilities. The last 2, 3, 4 survivors you hit with a basic or special attack suffer permanently from the following blindness stats effect. All effects of the hex perk persist until its hex totem is cleansed or blessed. She touched your skin, you bear the witch's mark. That one seems pretty good. If you can keep the hex totem up, that one seems quite good. Right. Hex Thrill of the Hunt. This is for all. A hex rooting its power on hope. The false hope of survival fills you with excitement and strengthens your totems. For each totem remaining in the environment, Hex Thrill of the Hunt is granted 1 token. For each token all survivors suffered from the stackable 8 to 10% action speed penalty to cleanse and blessing totems up to a maximum of 40 to 50%. Grants a stackable 10% blood points for actions in the hunter category per token up to a maximum of 50%. All effects of the hex perk persist until its hex totem is cleansed or blessed. This one seems decent, because I think any of the stackable ones are good, to be fair, if you know what you're doing. Almost done with the hex. Hex 2 could play for a good guy. A hex that teaches those who mess with you a lesson. Anytime you are stunned or blind by a survivor a total of 4 to 2 times, and if there is not yet a hex totem already associated with hex 2 can play, and there is at least 1 dull totem remaining in the trial grounds, hex 2 can play activates on a random totem. Blinds all survivors who stun or blind you for 1.5 seconds. This does not affect carried survivors. All the effects of the hex perk persist until its hex totem is cleansed or blessed. From now on, no more good guy Chucky. If you can get 1 totem down and you're struggling to get the other one, this will be good. Methinks. Right, last of the hexes. Hex Undying for Blight. A hex which maintains the vile powers that flow throughout the trial. The auras of the survivors within 2 to 4 meters of any dull totem are revealed to you. Whenever another perk hex totem is cleansed or blessed, its hex is transferred to the hex Undying totem, including any accumulated tokens, disabling hex Undying instead. All effects of the hex perk persist until hex totem is cleansed or blessed. Yeah, the range on that is not great, so I wouldn't recommend that. Hoarder for twins. You protect what little you have and are perceptive to those rummaging through your stockpiles. Hoarder triggers a loud noise notification for 4 seconds whenever a survivor performs any of the following actions within 32 to 64 meters of your location. Unlocks a chest, picks up any item. Hoarder spawns 2 additional chests in the trial. That one seems okay. Seems alright. Hex Alley Matress. Oh god, imagine. God, could you imagine? That would be a pretty fun one, to be fair. I feel like I'd be a good perk. Right. We are still on H, making our way to I. Hubris for Night. You show no mercy, especially to those foolish enough to resist. Whenever you are stunned by a survivor, the survivor suffers from the exposed stats effect for 10 to 20 seconds. Hubris has a cooldown of 20 seconds. You have made a grave mistake standing in opposition to me this day. Taros Kavax. I guess this will be good if you know they're going to bring flashlights and shit and try and fuck with you. Hysteria for Nemesis. You know how to brutalize one member of a team to cause panic. Whenever you put a healthy survivor into the injured state, all injured survivors suffer from the oblivious status effect for 20 to 30 seconds. Hysteria has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Sorry, I got a little jumpy there. Didn't know quite what to expect. Robert Kendo. This one's alright. That was pretty good. Remember, guys, you can donate. Thing's still up. Still able to donate. If we get to 100, I'll put on a maid dress again. Next one is I'm all ears for the ghost face. Unlock potential in your aura reading ability, sharpening your keen senses in the dark realm of the entity. Any survivors performed a rush vault action within 48 meters of your location have their auras revealed to you for 6 seconds. All ears can only be triggered once every 60 to 40 seconds. There's no need to worry, I've been preparing my whole life for this ghost face. That one doesn't seem too great. Especially because the thing is so low. The aura is only for 6 seconds. Infectious fright by plague. The cries of the unfaithful make your heart leap. Whenever a survivor is put into the dying state by any means, all other survivors within the terror radius will scream and reveal their current location to you for 4 to 6 seconds. Horror overcomes the heart of infidels who cry at the feet of the fallen. Hymn of Praise 11:4. This one's pretty good. It's pretty much guaranteeing the pickup on anybody that's dying, because gets everybody else to exposes everybody else around them. Ooh, excuse me. Insidious, which applies to all, unlocks the stealth ability, grants the undetectable status effect after standing still for 4 to 2 seconds. This effect lasts until you stop moving again. That one doesn't seem too great. Iron Grasp. This one applies to all. Your powerful grasp on survivors causes escapes to be nearly impossible. Whenever you are carrying a survivor, the following effect apply. Reduces the strength of the wiggle effect, causing involuntary strafing by 75%. Increases the maximum wiggle duration by 4 to 12%. For all. Yeah, again, not too great. Iron Maiden. For Legion. Iron Maiden increases your locker search speed by 30 to 50%. Survivors who exit a locker suffer from the following effects. Scream will reveal their location for 3 to 4 seconds. Suffer from the exposed status effect for 30 seconds. There is no place for cowards, the Legion. This one would be good if they're using the locker ones, the ones that are like baiting the lockers, because then as soon as they come out, they will scream. So yeah, not too bad. Knockout for Cannibal. The trauma caused by your brutal attacks makes crying for help painfully difficult. Putting a survivor into the dying state with your basic attack blocks their aura from being revealed to any survivor who is farther than 32 to 60 meters away from them. For the next 15 seconds, the following effects apply to the dying survivor: reduces their field of view and causes them to be deafened. Suffers from the blindness status effect. Reduces the crawling speed by 50% and reduces the coverage speed by 25%. Oh, that gun's no good. The old way with a sledge, you see, that's way better. They die way better that way. Nubbin Sawyer. Again, this one kind of guarantees the pickup and hook of a dying person, so not too bad. Nemesis Lethal Pursuer. You have been designed to track down and eliminate targets. At the start of the trial, the aura of all survivors are revealed to you for 7 to 9 seconds. Extends the duration of the survivor's aura being revealed to you by plus 2 seconds. Lethal Pursuer benefits from its own effect. It's known that it knows what I want and it won't stop till it gets it. Carlos Oliveira. Again, not too bad. I mean, aura is only revealed for like 7 to 9 seconds. So, not the best, not the worst. Leverage for Skull Merchant. Like in business, you profit most when those around you suffer most. Each time you hook a survivor, leverage activates and gains 1 token, up to a maximum of 10 tokens. For each token, the altruistic and personal healing speed of a survivor are reduced by a stackable 3 to 5% for the next 30 seconds, up to a maximum of 30 to 50%. The best way to raise a profit is to cut expenditures. Cut everything. Adrena Ime. Again, stackable, so decent. I think all the stackable ones are at least decent if you know what you're doing. And the last one for the L's, Lightborn, for Hillbilly. Unlike other beasts of the fog, you have adapted to light. The auras of the survivors attempt to blind you by any means are revealed to you for 6 to 10 seconds. It grants immunity from being blinded from flashlights, firecrackers, flash grenades, and blast mines. Those monsters, they adapt. They emerge with a stronger, strange new ability. Vigo's Journal. Again, if you know the enemy likes using flashes or they've picked those in the past, this could be a pretty good one. And we are on M. Not too long to go, guys. Not too long to go. Free from your shackles. Oh, machine learning from singularity. Free from your shackles, you are born anew and prepared to eliminate your creator, performing the damage generator action on a generator activates machine learning. While machine learning is active, the new generator you damage becomes compromised, highlighting its aura to you in yellow until it is completed. Upon its completion, you are granted the following effect for 20 to 30 seconds, after which machine learning deactivates. Undetectable stats effect, plus 10% haste. Damage another generator while one is already compromised, transfers the state to most recently damaged generator. You will hold no domination over me. Hux A713. That one doesn't seem too bad, to be fair, especially the undetectable. Mad Grit for Lesion. Whenever you are carrying a survivor, Mad Grit activates, removing the cooldown of missed basic attacks. Pauses the wiggle progression of the carried survivor for 2 to 4 seconds each time you successfully hit another survivor. There is no getting out of this now. We're too good at it. The Lesion. Yeah, that one doesn't seem too great. Make your choice from Pig. Whenever a survivor is rescued from a hook, you will, while you are further than 32 meters away, make your choice activates, causes the unhooking survivor to scream and reveal their location to you, causes them to suffer from the exposed stats effect for 40 to 60 seconds. Make your choice has a cooldown of 40 to 60 seconds. You'd be surprised what tools can save a life. Amanda Young. Yeah, not too bad, this one. Oh, excuse me. This one's not too bad. Merciless Storm for Onryo. Your horrible trauma is felt by everyone. Whenever a generator is repaired to 90%, survivors repairing it are faced with continuous skill checks. If they miss one or stop repairing, the generator will become blocked for 60 to 20 seconds. Merciless Storms can trigger 1 per generator per trial. That one doesn't seem too bad, especially if they fail the skill check. You can then go there, it will be blocked, and then you can go and damage the generator to make sure it doesn't come up. Mindbreaker for Demogorgon. Your distressing presence drains and weakens your prey. All survivors repairing a generator suffer from the following afflictions. Incurs the blindness and exhausted stats of effect for the duration of the repair action. If a survivor was already suffering from the exhausted prior to Mindbreaker affecting them, the stats of effect timer will be paused and not recover from the duration of the repair action. Both stats of effect linger for another 3 to 5 seconds after a survivor stops repairing. The specimen apparent telepathic ability can invoke feelings of dread and fatigue in nearby individuals. Hawkins National Laboratory. The effect doesn't last that long, so I don't know if that one doesn't seem too great. Monitor and abuse by doctor. Meticulous in your approach, terrifying in your application. Increase the base value of your terror radius by 6 to 8 meters for the entire trial. Whenever you are in the chase with the survivor, the following effects apply. Reduces your terror radius by 12 to 16 meters. It is time for your treatment. Herman Carter, the doctor. Nah, that one doesn't seem great at all. Nemesis. For Oni. You seek retribution on those who have wronged you. Any survivor who blinds you or stuns you using a pallet or locker becomes the obsession. Anytime your obsession switches to another survivor by any means, that survivor will suffer from the oblivious death effect for 60 seconds, and their aura is revealed to you for 4 seconds. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. Only a fool would spit in a demon's face and declare victory. When Rengura Doctrine 4-9. I feel like this isn't great because the survivors can change who the obsessed is, and then they could use that to their advantage. So I don't know how keen I am on this one. Almost done with the ends. No Way Out. For Trickster. You are not going to let this just get anyone get into the VIP room. For each survivor you hook for the first time, No Way Out gains 1 token. Once the exits have been powered, No Way Out activates. When a survivor interacts with the exit switch, you receive a loud noise notification, and the entity blocks both exit gates for 12 seconds, and an additional 6 to 12 seconds per token in your possession, up to a combined 36 to 60 seconds. That sound when you bleed, let me hear it again. Ji Woon Huk. This sounds pretty good, especially because again it's stackable, and if you can get a lot of tokens. Sounds very good. Nowhere to Hide for Night. The machinations of the weak and craven draw your ear. Your anger forces survivors to reveal themselves. Performing the damage generator action on a generator triggers Nowhere to Hide. The aura of all survivors within 24 meters of your position are revealed for 3 to 5 seconds. Out with you, cowards! Show yourselves. I feel this one would be susceptible to like the traps, especially the ones you can put on Jenny's. So, and we're on Oppression for Twins. Life has been difficult for you, so you will make it difficult for others. Performing the damage generator action on a generator activates Oppression, causes up to 3 additional generators to also start regressing. Triggers a difficult skill check on all survivors currently repairing one of those generators. Oppression has a cooldown of 120 to 80 seconds. Damn them as they would us, Charlotte Dishays. I feel like some of the other ones are better than this. Overcharge for Doctor. You are fueled by your hate for progress. Performing the damage generator action on a generator applies Overcharge. The next survivor interacting with the generator is faced with a difficult skill check. Failing that skill check will instantly regress the generator by 2 to 4% of its maximum possible regression, in addition to the default. After Overcharge is applied to a generator, the following effect also applies. Increases the regression speed by 85 to 130% over the next 30 seconds. It's a trap, but a trap one must step in. Herman Carter. This one doesn't seem too bad as well, especially because the regression speed's quite high. Overwhelming Presence, Doctor. Just knowing you are near is enough to disturb your victim. Survivors within your terror radius suffer from inefficiency. When using an item, its depletion rate is increased to 80 to 100%. Shit, I dropped the gauze. And we're on P. Playing with your food for shape. Each time you chase your obsession and let them escape, play with your food receives 1 token up to a maximum of 3. Each token applies to a stackable 3 to 5% haste. Stats effect up to a maximum of 9 to 15%. Performing the basic attacks or special attacks that can damage survivors consumes 1 token. Play with your food and has a play with your food has a cooldown of 10 seconds on token accumulation. You can only be obsessed with a survivor at one time. You fought them, haven't you, Michael? But not me, Dr. Sam Loomis. This one's stackable, but only up to 3 tokens, so I don't know how good this one is. I wouldn't say that one seems that good. Pop goes the weasel for clown. A deep bond with the entity unlocks great strength. After hooking a survivor, Pop goes the weasel activates for the next 35 to 45 seconds, performing the damage generator action on a generator instantly regresses it by 30% of its current progression. Normal generator regression applies afterwards. Pop goes the weasel deactivates after damaging a generator or when its timer elapses. Not bad. I'd say not bad for that one. Predator for Wraith. Your acute tracking ability allows you to hone in on disturbances left by running survivors. The scratch marks left by survivors spawn slightly to considerably closer together. Never stop moving and hope you always 2-step ahead of the beast. Unknown notebook. It depends how much you rely on scratch marks for like chases and shit. Rancor for Spirit. Each time a generator is completed, the following effects apply. Reveals your aura to the obsession for 5 to 3 seconds. All survivors' locations are revealed to you for 3 seconds. Once the exit gates are powered, the following effects apply. You are granted the ability to kill the obsession by your own hand. The obsession suffers from a permanent exposed status effect. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. This one seems good, but it's only when the exit gates open, so... yeah, it's not that great. Rapid Brutality for Xenomorph. You move with the speed and fury that makes your blood run cold. You can no longer gain the Bloodlust status effect. Successfully hitting the survivor with a basic attack grants you a 5% haste and a stats effect of 8 to 10 seconds. Catch it, put it in the airlock, get rid of it. Dallas. It's only a 5% haste though. So, I don't know. Doesn't seem that great. Last one for the R's. Remember Me for Nightmare. Whenever the obsession loses a health state, by any means, Remember Me gains 1 token up to a maximum of 2 to 4 tokens. Increasing the opening time for both exit gates by 6 seconds per token, up to a maximum of 12 to 24 tokens for all survivors other than the obsession. The obsession is exempt from this penalty. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. You don't remember, you must. You're my number one. You'll never wake up again. Freddy Krueger. This one just seems like a shitter version of some of the other ones we've read. Save the best for last. Form Shape. Whenever you hit a survivor other than your obsession with a basic attack, save the best for last gains +1 token up to a maximum of 6 to 8. Grants a stackable -4% cooldown reduction on a successful basic attack per token up to a maximum of 24 to 32%. Whenever you hit your obsession with a basic or special attack, save the best for last loses 2 tokens. When the obsession is sacrificed or killed, save the best for last freezes its current token count. You can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time. Death has come to your little town sheriff, Dr. Sam Loomis. Okay. This one doesn't seem too bad. Scrooge Hook Flood. Oh, we're going into the Scrooge Hook saga. Okay. Scrooge Hook, Flood of Rage for the Onrya. You form a psychic connection with the entity and alter the rules of the trial. At the start of the trial, 4 random hooks are changed to the Scrooge Hook. The auras of the Scrooge Hook are revealed to you in white. Each time a survivor is unhooked from a Scrooge Hook, the following effects apply. The auras of all survivors revealed for 5 to 7 seconds. I think that's my mail. 1 second. Oh, right. Back to it. Scrooge. Gift of Pain. For Cenobite. You are the bringer of sweet pain. At the start of the trial, 4 random hooks are changed to Scrooge hooks. Yep. The aura of the Scrooge hooks are revealed to you in white. Each time a survivor is hooked onto a Scrooge hook, the following effects apply. The survivor suffers from hemorrhage and mangled status, effects for 90 seconds. Upon healing, the survivor suffers from 10 to 16% action speed penalty to repairing and healing until they are injured again. This one seems quite powerful. Apparently this was reverted as well. We will tear your soul apart, Pinhead. Scrooge hook for Hangman's Trick for Pig. So again, start the trial, 4 random hooks changed and they're in white. Receive a loud noise notification when the survivor starts sabotaging a hook. While carrying a survivor, the auras of all survivors within 8 to 10 meter to 8 to 10 to 12 meters of the Scrooge hook are revealed to you. No excuses, no equivocations, no crying. Amanda Young. This one doesn't seem as good as that one. Scrooge hook Moon Monstrous Shrine for all. So this one, again, 4 random hooks as well as 4 basement hooks are changed into the Scrooge hook and they're all white in your aura. Whenever a survivor is hooked onto a Scrooge hook, the following effect applies when you are farther than 24 meters away from the hooked survivor. Accelerates the sacrifice process by 10 to 20%. Then you will know that there is no escape when hanging in the depths of your face. You face the dark one. This one seems like the worst of them so far. Scrooge hook Pain Resonance for Artist. Again, 4 random hooks. Turn Scrooge hooks and they're all in white. You start the trial with 4 tokens on the Scrooge hook, Pain Resonance. Each time a survivor is hooked on the Scrooge hook for the first time, 1 token is consumed and the following effect applies. The generator with the most progression explodes and instantly regresses by 50 to 25% of its progression. Normal generator regresses applies afterwards. All survivors repairing the generator will scream but not reveal their location. Scrooge hook Pain Resonance is disabled for the remainder of the trial once all the tokens are consumed. The pain spills beyond flesh, darkness, and staining the horizon. Girl in the Shadow by Carmina Mora. This one seems good, but it's consumed once you use all the tokens. Means that you got to get moving quick. And that's all for the Scrooge hooks. Now we're on the Septic Touch for Dredge. The land of the shadows subsumes all. Hearing only delays the inevitable. Whenever a survivor performs a healing action while they are inside your terror radius, the survivor suffers from the blindness and exhausted state effect. These effects linger for 6 to 10 seconds after healing. The action is interrupted by any means. Do not admit to fear or pain or doubt. There are the seeds for which darkness grows. This one seems pretty good. It depends how big your terror radius is. Shadowborn for Wraith. You have a keen vision in the darkness of the night. When blinded by any means, you are granted 6 to 10% haste effect for 10 seconds. Shining in the darkness, dark is dark. His eyes pierce the night and sting your soul. Seems alright. Shattered Hope. To capture your prey, you must first extinguish their hope. Instead of snuffing boon totems, you destroy them. Destroying a boon totem this way reveals the auras of all survivors that were within range of the boon totems for 6 to 8 seconds. Nothing is permanent here, nothing except our endless predication, unknown notebook. That's crazy. I think if they're running, there's a lot of boon totems as well, perks. So if they're running that, then this can be quite devastating. Sloppy Butcher, you know where to hit to make them bleed. Wound inflicted by basic attacks cause survivors to suffer from the hemorrhage and mangled status effect for 70 to 90 seconds. It increases the bleeding frequency of the injured survivor by 50 to 100% for the same duration. Increases the regression rate at which the partial healing progress is lost because of the hemorrhage by 25%. It is in its sadistic nature. There is no swift kill as it delights in the obscene spectacle of our agonizing suffering. This one seems pretty good because the effects last quite a long time. And it increases the bleeding as well. Spies from the shadows applies to all. All the crows found in the environment to allows the crows found in the environment to directly communicate with you. Whenever you are within 20 to 36 meters of the crows, they are startled by a nearby survivor. You are alerted with the loud noise notification. Spies from the shadows has a cooldown of 5 seconds between alerts. In the shadow, they torment, scarring our minds with each scream. It depends how much you rely on the noise notifications. Spirit Fury. For the spirit, each obstacle you break magnifies the wraith of the entity. After performing the break action, one dropped pallets 4 to 2 times. Spirit Fury activates, instantly breaks the next pallet being dropped on you. The normal stun penalty applies afterwards unless it is mitigated by other effects. Spirit Fury deactivates after use. Fury is her blood. That one seems a bit shit. We still on S. Oh, we're almost done. Starstruck for the Trickster. Your unmatched showmanship dazzles all. When carrying a survivor, Starstruck activates. Survivor suffers from the exposed stats effect while in the terror radius. The stats effect lingers for 26 to 30 seconds after leaving your terror radius. After hooking or dropping the carrier survivor, Starstruck deactivates. The stats effect persists for 20 to 60 seconds for any survivor inside your terror radius at the time. Starstruck has a cooldown of 60 seconds once the survivor is no longer being carried. Enjoy this moment if you get so close. Ji Un Hak. Yeah, this seems alright. Not too great, not too bad. Strider for Nurse. You are acutely sensitive to the breathing of your prey. Increases the volume of survivors' grunts of pain 25 to 50%. Increases the volume of survivors regularly breathing by 0 to 25%. If you do not stop and catch your breath, she will. Yeah, that seems a bit shit. Superior Anatomy for Mastermind. Decades of research have culminated in you something faster, stronger, and more dangerous than any human. When a survivor performs a rush vault action within 8 meters of you, Super Anatomy activates, increases your vault speed by 30 to 40% the next time you vault a window. Superior Anatomy deactivates after vaulting. Superior Anatomy has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Yeah, again, doesn't seem too great. Surge. Your eerie presence charges the air and interferes with technology whenever you put a survivor into the dying state. With a basic attack, all generators within 32 meters of your location instantly explode and start regressing. Instantly regress affect generators by 6 to 8%. This creature appears to have some unknown influence over an electricity and nearby electronics. Hawkins National Laboratory for the Demogorgon. Seems good, but the generator regress rate is pretty low. Surveillance for Pig unlocks potential in your aura reading ability. The aura of your regressing generators are highlighted in white. If the regression progress is interrupted by a generator, its aura will be highlighted in yellow for 8 to 16 seconds. Surveillance increases the audible range of survivors' generator repairing noises by 8 meters. Are you going to behave, Amanda Young? Yeah, that one doesn't seem too great because the aura doesn't last too long. Thwack for Skull Merchant. Your prey is terrified by your relentless pursuit. After hooking a survivor, Thwack activates. The next time you break a breakable wall or pallet, all survivors within the 28-32 meters of your location will scream and reveal that aura for 4 seconds. All those who stood in her path via her mighty Thwack. Son Hadoris Sombriods issue 3. Yeah, 4 seconds isn't a long time though, is it? Terminus for Mastermind. You are a brilliant tactician who prepares for every eventuality. Once the gates are powered, terminus activates. All survivors who are either injured, dying, or hooked suffer from the broken status effect until the gates are opened. This effect lingers for an additional 20 to 30 seconds after the exit gates are opened. Unlock potential in your aura reading ability. Oh, so this one doesn't seem too bad. But it's more like late game. Territorial imperative for the Huntress. Unlock potential in your aura reading ability whenever you are farther than 24 meters in the basement while a survivor enters it. Territorial imperative activates. The aura of the survivor is revealed to you for 4 to 6 seconds. Territorial imperative has a cooldown of 45 seconds. We're not safe anywhere. Again, it's not that long. So, but it is only 24 meters from the basement. So, yeah, all right. Thanatophobia for the nurse. When their courage fades in the face of their undeniable mortality, each injured, dying, or hooked survivor afflicts survivor with a stackable 1 to 2% action speed penalty to repairing, sabotaging, or cleansing up to a maximum of 4 to 8%. It increases the action speed penalty by a further 12% if there are 4 survivors who are either injured, dying, or hooked at the same time. She plays with us and reveals in our pain. And revels in our pain. Yeah, it's stackable, but it's not the top of it is pretty low, so. Thrilling tremors for Ghostface. Your dark designs are shrewd composure rouse the entity. After picking up a survivor, an all generators not currently being repaired by survivors are blocked by the entity for the next 16 seconds. The aura of blocked repairs are highlighted to you in white. Thrill Tremors has a cooldown of 160 seconds. The night assists me and is endless here. It's good, but it's only blocks for 16 seconds, so. Tinkerer for Hillbilly. Whenever a generator is repaired to 70%, you benefit from the following effects. Triggers a loud noise notification for the generator revealing its location. Grants the undetectable status effect for 12 to 16 seconds. Tinker can only be triggered once per generator per trial. The Hillbilly makes impressive tools out of scraps. Tools aimed at maiming us in creative ways. No book. If the Hillbilly can move quickly, this will be good. Because then it will tell you it's at 70%. You'll get the status effect of undetectable, so then you can move over there. So if you can move quickly, it'll be good. Trials of the Torment for the Executioner. You guide your victims along a path of pain and punishment. Performing the damage generator action on a generator activates the Trial of Torment. Grants the undetectable status effect until the generator stops regressing. The aura of the damage generator is revealed to all survivors in yellow. Trial of Torment has a cooldown of 86 seconds. This one doesn't seem too bad because the undetectables last quite a while. Unlimited weapon for Xenomorph. When they spot you, they know the end is near. Whenever you open a locker, the ultimate weapon activates for 15 seconds. Survivors entering your terror radius have their aura revealed for 3 seconds. Survivors entering your terror radius also suffer from blindness status for 30 seconds. Ultimate weapon has a cooldown of 86 seconds. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Ash. This seems pretty good. Unbound for the unknown. Pain lingers in the air. An alluring aroma that excites the impulses. Whenever a survivor becomes injured by any means, Unbound activates for 24 to 30 seconds. Grant a 5% haste stats effect for 10 seconds after vaulting over a window. This effect cannot stack with itself. I heard it running. It was getting closer. Anonymous testimony. Undone for unknown. Hope is the delusion that keeps its victims alive. Whenever a survivor fails a skill check while repairing or healing, Undone gains 3+ tokens up to a maximum of 18 to 30 tokens. Performing the damage generator action on a generator consumes all accumulated tokens and applies the following effect. Instantly regresses the damage generator by -1% per tokens of its total progression. Blocks the damage generator for 1 second per token. Causes the damage generator to start regressing once it's become unblocked. Undone has a cooldown of 60 seconds. Erratic behavior as machinery could be related to redacted. Further testing is required. OSS report. This will be good if you can really stack the tokens, I'd say. Unforeseen for the unknown. Terror takes many forms and whispers devastating lies into the victim's ears. Performing the damage generator action on the generator applies unforeseen for 22 to 30 seconds. Transfers your terror radius to the damage generator and sets it to a range of 32. Grants the undetectable status effect. Mom, if you find this, I'm sorry. Final journal entry. I guess it would depend on how big your terror radius is. But the undetectable is good. That one's pretty good. Just like that, we're on the home stretch. Unnerving presence for a trapper. Your presence alone instills great fear. Survivors repairing or hearing within your terror radius suffer from the following effects. Increases the trigger odds of skill checks by 10%. Decreases the success zone of skill checks by 40% to 60%. Its presence befalls us. You recuperate... Oh. What would I say for this one? This one seems quite good because the skill zone by 40-60% is quite a lot, to be fair. Unrelenting. You recapture faster from missed attacks made with your main weapon. Reduces the cooldown of missed attacks for 20-30%. Basic, straightforward. If you know the cooldown is going to be a lot, this could help. Whisper for all. You have a rudimentary understanding of the entity's voice. Whenever at least one survivor is within 48 to 32 meters of your location, you hear the sporadic whisper of the entity. It is unclear as to the motivations of the fog, but it is undeniable that it is often takes the beast's side. The Unknown Notebook. This one would depend on, how much you rely on the whispers of the entity. Doesn't seem too bad though. And last, but certainly not least, Zashin's Tactics for Oni. Unlock potential in your aura reading ability. You are mentally alert and aware of your key points on the battlefield. The auras of breakable walls, pallets, and windows are revealed to you within 24 to 32 meters. Within your enemy's strength is weakness. Renjiro's Doctrine 12:5. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, all of the perks for Dead by Daylight have been spoken to you by none other than the Dead by Daylight casting goat himself, me. So 137 survivor and how many attacker? And 118 have all been spoken here today in just over 3 hours. And somehow I still have my voice. Not for long, I assume. But that is everything from me. Thank you for joining us. God, I hope I never do this again. But it was fun nonetheless. And other than that, I shall see you all around. Make sure you donate. It's a good cause for Gaza and the Palestinian kids. But otherwise, I'm out. See you later.